Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to my channel, my name is Betty, and welcome back if you have been to my channel. Tonight, we are going to be discussing the rise and the fall of a man by Elisha Bishop that goes by Nature Boy. And I believe that he's 42 years old now. And, you know, it's hard sometimes whenever you look at cases like this and stuff, and you can see where people will find it appealing, to join other people that they find that meets what they're looking for, and a lot of younger people, they're looking for a lot of different things. They're looking for someone to look up to. They're looking for someone to guide them. A lot of people have not had their parents throughout their life, and so they didn't have all of that. And when they come across a strong person like this person that we're going to be talking about this evening, and they come across a person like that, they see the strongness. And they also see something that they want for themselves. And a lot of them, they're confused. They're not sure like where they want to go or what they want to do in life, because some of them were very, very young. And one of the people that we're going to be talking about today, that is one of the victims, I believe that she was 20 or 21 years old when she went to CarbonNation, and she was indeed a virgin. And she kind of tells her story in the court hearing about what had happened. And then after that had happened, I believe that it was recorded each time that he had, intercourse with her, and it was put out for the world to see. Um, that in itself is embarrassing enough, because the internet is forever. Revenge porn is not funny. I've had it done to me, and it's not a fun thing to deal with. Now, however, a lot of people, and there's still ladies that are still considered to be his wives. He lived like a polygamy lifestyle. And there's still, I believe, three ladies that are still there. I'm not sure where they're at, but they're still um, like on his side, and they still believe in everything that he says. Now, a lot of times, um, people always say, well, how does these people get involved in this, and how do they, do this or that? And you know, thanks, Toxic. I appreciate that. I look like a candy cane. That's funny. Well, it's red, white, and pink, and then light pink. But thank you. Nice to see you. And one of the main things I think that I could say as to why they get involved is because they're looking for something. They're looking to fit in. They're looking to find, people that they kind of, you know, um, are like-minded, have the same thing in mind. And not always when they get there is it exactly what they think that it's going to be. Um, when they got to this person, for instance, um, immediately when they would get there, he would not be the one to ask, but one of the other members would say, "We need your ID. We need all of your debit cards or any money that you have, because of course it goes to the family. We need all your PIN numbers. We need everything that that tied you to the outside world. Another thing that he would do is he would also then change their God-given name that their parents gave them and give them a different name, because he wanted to break everything from the outside world, that when they come in, they're a whole new person, and he's gave them a different name, a different identity, a different everything. My TV isn't good enough to see pink from red. That's okay, baby. That's okay. I love candy canes, so that's actually a very good, nice compliment. So thank you. Um, and so, what makes this man dangerous? Well, we're going to go through one of his lives that he had done, where he was supposed to be in an interview. Now you are going to see all of the men standing around him, which people say, how can he control men? Well, that's a very good question. Sometimes master manipulators can control both sexes, um, and even to the point to where they are terrified, to stand up to them, or they may remind them of someone that abused them in the past. Now, from what I gather with this guy called Nature Boy, he actually was raised in a orphanage, so he didn't have a mom or a dad. So he was passed around the system, which is quite horrible. We all know what the system is like and how a lot of times the children do not fit in, or they're not treated as they should be treated, which is love and that bond that you get when you're a parent with a child. A lot of times people take those children in just for the money, and do not care about the children as far as their mental health, or whether they tell them that they love them or anything else. So sometimes when that happens, we get people like Nature Boy that starts wanting to build his own community. Now he's very angry right now because the courts called him a cult. But the thing is during a lot of his interviews, he called himself a cult many, many times. He would say, "We are a cult. I am your God. You worship me. I am also Satan." So he would say he was God, and he would say he was Satan. He also used the Illuminati signs, which is, the 666. And he would make the women stand there or sit there with the 666 throughout the whole thing, or he would make the guys do this kind of thing throughout the whole thing, when he was live or what have you. And they say that when the cameras were turned off, it was worse. Now, a lot of times that is true. Now, sometimes they say that it was a skit and it was for entertainment, and that this wasn't what happened. But in this instant, this is what happened, unfortunately. And unfortunately, there are a lot of victims that now have to live their life in a way different way, and have to deal with more PTSD than they had when they even began on the journey to try to help themselves to be a part of something. A lot of people, that's one of the things, they want to feel a part of something. They want to feel wanted. They want to have a family. And so a lot of times people will get involved in different cult-like things because they want to be loved, because they're missing that in their lives. Now, as I said before, this man is now 42. So when this was going on, he was well in his 40s. doing these things, and these girls were in their early 20s. So they were fairly young. They were just getting out of high school or whatever it was. So we're going to start with the first thing where I seen, and I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, I don't proclaim to be, but I seen several different personalities. I seen psychotic moments, and I seen psychosis. And as we're going to go through it, I want to see what you all think, in the comments and stuff. Because a lot of people probably aren't going to be here. They probably don't know that I'm live or anything else. It probably didn't even give them a thing that I was live. But thank you again, Toxic, for being here. I think you will find this very interesting, actually. So Elijah just now got through going to court, and he got life without the possibility of parole and 10 consecutive years. What he was convicted of was rape, and he was convicted of 20 seconds to 30 seconds to 50 seconds. Hey, STA, nice to see you, baby. Of pornography that should have never been on the website. That also, I believe he was making money off of, or something like that. Something to that effect. I'm not really quite sure. I haven't dove deep enough for that, but something like that. So we're going to get started. And let me tell you, before we get started on this actual video, it is quite crazy. And I honestly can't believe sometimes of what I'm watching. But a lot of times he's quoting different things from the movies. So he watches a lot of movies. So let's get started here. Just beware, there's a lot of weirdness going on here. That's the first thing I want to let you know.
I hate that picture. You know that picture with the backpack? Geeky shit.
I like that picture.
Oh, that picture right there? Yeah, that's my baby. She's gonna come back to me, y'all. She's coming back. And look at my babies. Look at my babies. Look at my babies. I took them to the jungle in Costa Rica. I had them deep in the jungle, my babies. Look at my babies. We go Bella right there. Look. There goes my other baby mama. Look. This is my babies. These are special women. Special woman. Yeah. Bigo, watch out. Oh, Bigo.
Oh.
Bigo,
Oh, Twitter's good. Twitter's good.
Twitter's good?
We're good on Twitter.
That was my baby. That's, unbelievable. We should do him an intro. It's a real nigga moment. Oh, Sonetta. Sonetta Networks. Yeah, he gonna be a network. I'm gonna make Sonetta TVs a network. Everybody gonna watch Sonetta TV. I'm gonna make Sonetta TV famous. I'm gonna make all this shit famous. Sonetta, he gonna do my media. He's gonna be the guy doing my media. Isn't that crazy? All y'all niggas work for me. Yeah, like Young Pharaoh worked for me. Brother Polite, that's my little nigga.
Nice to see you, Jess.
Yeah, babe. Okay, can I get him? Where's the feed for him? Let me get the feed right there on the right side.
Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good, SDA.
My makeup. I'm live. Is this panning away?
Yeah.
We're good. Yo, come on, makeup. can't hear. Can we get them on speaker?
Yes. Feedback one?
Can we get the speaker? Speaker. Little one. Little one. Where's the feedback for her? Oh, she gonna have me up there. You got a feedback for that?
Yeah, this one. Let's set up on.
Is that?
I'm gonna set it up better.
All of the information is very troubling. He's going to answer the question. So I just want to say that we are also going to sit down with Brother, let him speak, and answer the questions of the things that we've been seeing as far as the the behavior within his community. So with that said, I'm just going to follow my king and try to get through this the best way possible.
I stand out.
Okay, so I just done this a while ago, but this is a guy that went by the name of Nature Boy, and this is all of the people that he found on the internet that joined his. They call it a cult, and they called it CarbonNation, and he makes them sit there with the pyramid signs and the 666 signs throughout the whole thing. Now, this is supposed to be a interview that he's having with someone, but instead, from what I've seen, it turns into being more of him having like 5 different personalities and actually going into a psychosis. I don't know what he's smoking. He starts to smoke something, and then he says, it's not the stuff that you smoke. I know a person who knows a person who knows a person that could hook you up. So I'm not sure exactly what he's smoking when he starts smoking this. But when he starts smoking this, he thinks he's God. He thinks he's Satan. He thinks all kinds of things. Well, just the moral of the story is that they arrested him last year. He's been in jail the whole time. And then this week, they actually went to court, went to trial the last 2 weeks, and he was found guilty on all 5 charges. He got life in prison without parole and 10 consecutive years. So, SDA, I was talking about, you said I found out something I didn't even know what the hell. And I said, SDA, what's that? No, tell me tomorrow. So that's what it was. Yeah, it's something, but he's got it rolled up. And he smokes it. So, like as if you're smoking a joint is what it looked like. But he said it wasn't weed. And when he smokes it, he don't act like, you'll be able to see in a moment. So I'm going over this because they're calling it a cult. And they're saying that he abused these women, which I did watch videos where he abused them. I did hear testimony. We're going to go over that about some of the things. Yeah, and he said it was not weed because they said you'll be able to hear it when it comes on and stuff like that about what's going on. So he says he's going to have a interview with Netter, but it ends up turning left. So this is the interview that ends up going left. Now, the men behind him and all around him and stuff, they're all in this cult. They all think of him and worship him as though he is God. Okay, so he even prophesizes that he is God. He prophesizes that he is the devil as well. So we're watching this one because I want you to get a sense of what kind of person he is now. At this time, he was in his 40s. He's 42 now. And at this time, he's in his 40s. A lot of these girls are very young. They're in their 20s, maybe early 30s. I think 20s. I think it's the 20s. And one of them even had his children, I believe. And I don't remember which one that is, but she's not here right now because she had left. And at the very beginning, he says she's coming back. Then you'll see later on what he says about her. Anyways, everybody, when they first get there, they have to give up their identification to him. They have to give up their debit cards to him and all their money. And then they have to have their name changed to whatever he wants their name changed to, so that all their worldly possessions and everything that they ever knew their whole life all gets torn away from them, and they're no longer that person anymore. They're whoever he says. Now, also, he was renting like Airbnbs. Yes, he looks a lot like R. Kelly. He was renting Airbnbs, but he would make the people sleep outside in tents. Right, exactly, Jess, right. He would make people sleep outside in tents, and only him and whatever wife, because he had polygamy, only him and whatever wives he had was the ones that stayed in the house. They even had to go to the restroom outside and stuff like that. It was just a crazy thing. Even some people said that he was given $300,000 and nobody ever knows where that money went. Also, he was on many different platforms and getting paid on many different platforms as he was doing all of this stuff. And he would also have all the other people go live as well, and they would get paid as well. So that's a little bit of a rundown of what I could give you. Although he also was an orphan, and he was raised in he was raised in the system, and so I'm assuming bad things happened to him in the system. You know how it goes. They don't get the proper love. They don't get the proper anything. And I think this is what made him into who he is now. I know at one point he moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and he was a stripper, and then he tried to be an actor, and just a lot of different things, until he started meeting people on the internet and telling them to come join him, that he was the way to everything, and he would change their lives and make it better. And you get the drift, kind of type of thing. But now he is in fact in jail, going to prison right now, and he's going to spend life without parole plus 10 years for revenge porn, rape, and a few other things, but I'm not exactly sure what all of the charges were. So we'll continue going on.
Don't look at the camera ever.
So slow. Hold on.
Did you want to let the family know that too?
Hey, Three God, I want you to know that you're live, we're on the air, and I know you're doing your thing. I get in.
He said he's going to be dangerous.
Man, get my shit, man. It's growing daily. It's growing daily. It's starting to get, massive now. It's growing daily. It's growing.
At this point, this is going to get a little graphic, because he is literally sitting there watching one of the videos he had posted on Twitter, having sex with the females and things like that. And he's sitting there watching it and telling everybody how his dick is growing. Okay? That's what he's doing right now.
Hey, where's my feedback for this side? What's this one? What's this right? Is this Twitter?
It's Twitter right here.
Yo, bro, you my new cameraman.
I'm having so much fun. You have no idea.
Bro, this is my nigga. Yo, his camera is lit. Give that nigga Sonetta shit. Switch him up with Twitter. Give him Sonetta. This is the same shit with that phone.
Okay, all right.
Your shit lit. Yeah. Same vibe.
Well,
Hey,
come here.
and you know what? Can they see me? Am I live with him?
Click on the link.
I can't.
It's live. It's live right now.
I can't hear him.
He not talking.
He's not talking.
Oh, he's on the phone. He's muted.
My penis is growing.
That's your feedback.
My penis is growing. My penis is getting big. It's growing. It's getting uncomfortable. Oh my God! It's getting like it's so like it's. Oh my goodness! It's so uncomfortable. Wow, these upgrades are nice. Nice. Huh?
You hear me, Nature Boy?
Yep, Nature Boy's here.
All right, so we got the Nature Boy tonight, y'all.
Yeah!
Let's take it. Let's start off. We're gonna allow you to go ahead and open up, my brother. It's on you to open up first before we say anything.
Can you put this in? Put this real quick.
Oh, look. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what we should do? You know what we should do for Sinai? You know what? When he gets his own network, because he's gonna have his own network. Sinai network. Sinai networks. He's gonna have his own network. Oh my God, he's bigger than Oprah. He don't even know it yet. Oh, this nigga's big. Yeah, when I say he's rich, baby, he's rich. He's got his own money. He got his own money. That's a rich nigga, man. Oh, son, you so rich. Don't worry about nothing, son. Son, don't worry about nothing. You good. Don't ask nobody about no money. Nothing. You is good, son. You gonna be stupid straight. Remember I told you that shit, nigga? Record it. This nigga about to be rich as fuck. Yo, son, you about to be straight. I seen it, nigga. Don't let nobody talk to you crazy. Yo, affirm. No, listen to me. Son, is this son? Son, listen to me. Son, I know this. Listen. Son, I'm dead ass serious, son. Listen to me, son.
I'll tell you.
You about to be filthy rich, and you know when you feel it inside you, dogs. I see your future, nigga. Nigga, you big time shit. Don't let nobody disrespect you, yo. Nobody. Oh my God, Sa. Nobody disrespect you. Right now, these niggas gonna be sucking your dick. Yo, Sa, please listen to me, man. Don't let nobody disrespect you, Sa. Because, Sa, if you do, you gonna look like a bitch. They gonna play the tapes back. Listen. Wow.
You just dropped out of the room. See?
Oh, they dropped me out. I was trying to get this nigga. I told this nigga future to him.
Let's drop this.
Oh.
Stop. I think.
Okay, so this is what's going on. He has a feather in the back of his head because he says he's a chief. But this is what's going on. All of a sudden, he thinks that he just had an epiphany that this guy, Netter, is going to be famously rich, and he's going to be bigger than Oprah, and he's trying to get the attention of this guy because he's supposed to be doing an interview. And so he really thinks in his mind that he is, this Messiah, and that he's telling this guy, his future, and that he's going to be so rich and all of these other things. Hey, Don, I'm so glad that you can make it, honey. And so Netter is not even there yet. They had taken him down, and so he didn't even really get to hear what was said. But this guy actually believes that he just now prophesied something. So just continue watching. It just, as you see, Okay, so he's talking all great about this guy, but just keep watching.
Yeah, they put it back. Who's watching the feed to hear what they're saying?
I don't know. I just told him his future though.
We're back. We're back.
I just told son his hope. Yo, babe. Oh my God.
Right, Jess? That's what I thought. That's
Calm down.
he's sucking on her tit, by the way. He needed to calm down, so he's breastfeeding. Now the girl on his lap, she is still with him. She's still with him. She's still with him.
I can't play with this shit. I can't. I know what they're thinking and it's making me laugh, but it's serious, man. It's just serious, man. Black men need to breastfeed. Black men need to breastfeed. That's all I was doing that for, to let y'all know. I breastfeed. That's how I healed myself. Breast milk, nigga. They tell you about all these herbs, all this shit. Nigga, breast milk. You gonna heal all your genetics, nigga.
He thinks that he is God 3, Don, and so he's making them sit there with the 666 and the triangles and stuff like that, like as if he's Illuminati, because he says he's God and he's Satan at the same time. But he legitimately makes his women or his men sit there and do that the whole time that they're live. That's his whole deal. That's why he's got a 3 on his face, you know, and things like that. And yeah, you're right, SDA. It's for babies, not for use to go. Exactly. So that's his symbolism, evidently, type of thing. And he makes the women do it the whole entire time. Just watch this. I mean, this is some of the videos and stuff that the judge got to see, the jury got to see, and so they got to really see him for what he really was, type of thing. Oh yes, he made them paint his face, and during it, he's going to make them come back, and it's insane. To me, it's insane because I would never worship another human being like this, and I would never like be at their beck and call like this. So to me, this is something totally different. To other people, this may be great for them. I don't know, but to me, this isn't the way that I would do this. You know what I'm saying? No, but it is what it is.
Breast milk the whole time. We drinking almond milk. We need to be drinking human milk. That's the only shit that's gonna heal us, nigga. Dr. Sebi didn't tell us that though. That shit crazy. I figured it out. That's how I got smart. Breast milk and marijuana. The fuck? Breast milk, marijuana, water, sleep. That's all you need. You can become God.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Breast milk, nigga. I breastfeed. Dead ass. And if you can't get breast milk,
We lost the connection on YouTube. Now we're back. We're back now.
Okay, all right. So, my brother Nathan, let's get right to it.
yo, Sonetta, you did hear me though, right?
I heard you, brother. Let's move past that. Let's get this thing going, man. You just opened up for a new question right now, and you're talking about men that lactate milk. Now you're talking about breastfeeding men. What do you mean by that when you say breast milk?
All right, so breast milk has everything the human genetics actually.
We're talking about the women's breast, not the men.
We're talking about a female's breast milk. Men don't produce breast. Wait, Sonetta. We gonna build on real knowledge or we gonna make it comedy? Cause I can make y'all niggas laugh all day.
Let's get the knowledge.
Okay, cause I can make it funny if you want. Okay, so we did say we were gonna build and be serious. Okay. So breast milk actually has everything the human genetics needs to heal actual human genetics, and it actually activates the melanin in the baby. It makes melanin in the baby. So in a human being, we should be drinking everything that we should be drinking breast milk. We don't drink breast milk. And that's the main issue, because our brain is not being able to compute the higher levels of dimension. So when I started breastfeeding or drinking breast milk, then I realized like it's a complete food. I know it sounds crazy. It's a complete food. You can literally survive off it. Like I swear to God, like you don't need nothing but breast milk, and you can live, literally, like dead ass, like dead ass. That's it. And you can live off breast milk as a man, as a grown ass man. Imagine a factory full of women, a set of cows.
Now remember, his parents, he was an orphan, so he didn't have a mom or a dad. So he has mom issues and dad issues. Yeah, and he has more than that. I counted like 5 personalities during this video, and I'm not a psychiatrist. I just seen them come out. And I also saw psychosis, actual psychosis, so I mean, and the people didn't even realize that he was actually in a psychosis. Like, they didn't even realize it. I mean, honestly, I would have been laughing through this whole thing, like, because it's the things that he thinks he's prophesizing and stuff like that is just so crazy to me that I would be in trouble for laughing, breast milk tastes horrible. Long story. My ex forced it in my mouth once and it wasn't sweet enough. But yes, it is good for babies, right? Right. It's great for babies. I've never heard of men supposed to drink breast milk. So I don't know. All I know is that breast milk is supposed to be for babies. That's all I know. I don't know. But she over here is still with him. She is still with the other 2 ladies that are waiting for him.
Just breast pumping all day as a factory, right? A woman put her titties in a machine, her shit just, and she getting money. I'm serious. This is how the world's supposed to be. Imagine if. No, seriously though. Imagine if we ate our cereal with breast milk. My nigga, we'd have been up by now. We'd have been up. We'd have been out there by now. Because I'm telling you, the woman's body is the key to evolving in consciousness. The woman's body made you. All the nutrients that your body needed, all the cells your body needed, all of that shit came from the woman's body. So all your medicine is in her body, nigga. You looking out of her when she's the fucking healing mechanism the whole time.
That's really good, SDA.
That's where you came from, nigga. This is what formed your life. This thing right here, you came out of it. It fed everything you needed, even when you was in water. This thing right here, nigga,
right, Don,
was your medicine.
Right, Don?
So this is our medicine.
Yes, they do.
So our women stop breastfeeding us and we start getting sicker. And our minds start going, we went into dark ages because our women became industrial and they become men and they stop breastfeeding and they sexualize the breast. And we have now made it alien for human beings at our age to drink breast milk, but it's okay for us to drink cow milk or almond milk, but not a human's milk. That's the world we live in. This is the essence of all of our problems is our nutrition, and the nutrition is our connection to our woman, and that's it. That's it. It's all about breast milk. Boom. Done. Philosophy over. You'll have consciousness. You'll wake up. You'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, all the medicine is in her body.
So let me ask you a question, brother.
What's up?
Being that you know how important and powerful that black woman is, why do you constantly shame her live on the air, constantly beat her down, and you do it on camera? It's like you call the cameraman to come on over here, get this, make sure you get this, look at it, and then you begin to call her a bitch, a slut.
Okay, so he's the guy on the other side that's interviewing him. He's saying, if you love women so much, why do you always call them bitch or slut? Why are you demeaning the women? Why are you beating on the women? Things like that is what this other guy is saying on there. And he, acts like he's listening, but he never really answers the question. But this is what's being asked right now. And he said, and you even make the camera get up close when you're really trying to hurt them, and you're calling them names and you're belittling them. And if they're so great, why do you do these things? And that's mainly what this interview was about, is the abuse that he does to the women, the way that he talks to the women, mainly everything to do with the women is what this interview was about. But as you can see, listen to what happens here.
And then when you get mad at a brother, you even make them fight each other. Is that what a king in rulership is supposed to do?
You even make them fight each other, he said.
Well, actually, no. A God wouldn't make them fight. A God wouldn't call them names. A God would actually kill them. But I've been more than merciful. So listen,
Now, did you just hear what I just heard? Did you just hear what I just heard? Normally, a God wouldn't call them names. Normally, a God wouldn't do these things. Normally, a God would kill the women, kill them. I don't know about you, but the first time I heard that, if I was there, I'd be long gone, long gone. Now, there is allegations that one woman never made it out alive. There's allegations that one man was caught on fire in his house after leaving there. There's allegations of people coming up missing around this person.
what's important about it is that our women are goddesses beyond their imagination. And I refuse to take this, what white supremacy has done to my goddess. I know I will curse your ass out until you reach my standards that I know you can be. I will not accept this shit. No, I want my woman back. I know who I am, and I know this ain't my shit. And I want my woman back, and I want my land back. I'm back.
So now he's acting as though the white men, and this is what he says, as though the white men came in and took his land and his women and all of that. So he's in like this weird thing of thinking he's really a chief, like like an Indian chief, and I don't know, it's just so strange. And Don, anytime you want to ask about those, we'll talk about those. But he's acting like, you see the chief thing behind him and stuff like that. he's acting as though he's like a chief of an Indian chief or something weird like that, right? And he's not Native American. No, he's not. He's not a chief. He doesn't, none of that. He made all of this up. All of this is in his figment of his imagination, really. This is what I'm saying. It's weird. And then if you see the all-seeing eye and the triangle right there on that guy's hand right there, do you see that on the camera guy? Which is their little stuff they do.
We had a brother in the community, and the people love him as well. We call him Black Jesus Minister. I don't think he got nothing on you, brother. I don't think Black Jesus Minister got nothing on you, brother. In fact, Black Jesus might be a powerful debate. Let's talk about the woman, the first lady, man. Is there a possibility of Velvet coming back home with her little kid in her arms, man? Let's talk about Velvet for a minute. And the pain she went through. I wish she would have come back.
Yes. Yeah, and also the Freemasons use it, but in a different way.
Give me my earth.
Hey, now he's going to smoke this, and then listen to what he said.
Did he say velvet? He said velvet. Give me my earth. Light, not with that color. Light with this one.
He gave her the lighter and said, "Light me." See, it looks like a joint, but in a minute he's gonna say it's not anything. See?
A herb?
What kind of herb is that? They call it.
Not the one you smoke. Something a little bit different. But I know a friend that knows a friend that knows a friend. Let's talk off the air.
I don't know what he could be smoking.
He said velvet. Right? Let me bring the camera in. Close to my face. I want to tell him a story.
Right? Who knows?
Ready?
He has a waterfall going, and it sounds like someone peeing in the background. I apologize for that, but that's what he wanted. I don't.
Oh. The dressing room is so good. Do you have more in the fridge? You have more? Oh. I need a little bit right now. Can you bring me some?
Do you remember the question, brother?
Yes, you were telling me about, you were saying something on velvet.
He probably wouldn't care us, Green.
Oh, the story of that. Let's talk about that. Yes.
He very won't care.
Possibility that you think Velvet might be coming back with her little seed, with her king. Regardless of all the pain she went through, you know, the hell she went through because she came here and told everybody. So I'm just going by what she was saying.
So Velvet is his ex-queen, so
Okay.
we're going to listen to her next.
Before the white man got here, we had a way of living. Without the prison system here, the black man rules the earth. Without police, Without a system, we are king, chief, 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 ka, 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 chief, 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 chief.
Exactly, SDA.
And see, then
Yes.
our woman didn't disrespect us because why? There was no one else but us to protect her. So there was a different mindset. And a woman would never think in her mind to ever cross her chief because she knew that her chief protected and provided for her. And if she
That's
would
right,
betray
Don.
her
That's
chief.
right. Don't forget your Excedrin tonight.
If a woman disrespect a chief, we eat her. We eat her, not abuse her.
Okay, so now he's telling the guy that he's being nice to the women by beating them and calling them names and stuff because normally people would eat or normally the chief would eat the women. I don't know what chief ate women except um, Cain's type of people are the ones that ate other people. Cannibalism, I guess, is what you would call it. And I'm glad that your grandpa got away. Did your grandpa get away? Yeah, I found out not too long ago I'm 75% Cherokee, but I don't want to change my birth certificate, my kid's birth certificate. I have to have my car license through them. Something about my house. I don't know. It was a lot, and Stephen was like, "We're not going to do that." He said, "We're not going to uproot my life and do all of that." He said that he's not going to. He don't want me to do that. So I said, "Well, when I die, just put down actually who I'm related to." Because I had no idea. My family are all deceased, so I had no idea until I started researching and stuff. And I never even thought I was Indian. I found out I was Irish, and then it was later on that I found out I was Indian. But I don't believe, have you ever heard of the Indians eating their wives? I've never heard of the Indians eating anybody. That was like Cain and what Cain did and the evilness or whatever that I heard, but I don't know. I don't know everything. Just remember to take your Excedrin. I'm going to try to turn this down a little bit. I'm just trying to make it to where you all could hear. And the bad thing is he's got water in the background, like some kind of waterfall, but it sounds like someone peeing, so it really kind of sucks too. After this, we're going to listen to Velvet, which is the girl that was with him for many years.
Eat her. You come to our tribe and you betray
I'm sorry.
the chief.
On.
Oh, if white supremacy wasn't here,
That's horrible.
we would feast. because we're cats. You see that? I'm a panther. That's what the fuck I am. We're all cats. Every one of us. All of you. You come from Egypt and you're all cats. All you black people.
And that's horrible,
You
John,
gay
that they would
people.
do that too.
You know the feminine shit? All of that shit is just cat. It's cat. It's catty. It's cat, nigga, because you a cat. This is me. And this is you.
Very sad, very.
Now, you did say
I must finish what I'm saying.
you said we're gonna get Nature Boy tonight.
Listen.
Not 3 gods.
Listen to me. Your woman is not your woman. Your woman is your enemy. If white supremacy was not there, your woman wouldn't be calling themselves independent.
So is that why you treat them the way like that? Because
Oh
you
my
feel that
goodness.
they are-
I am a chief. Even if white supremacy is here, I am still a chief. I do not care. You will not disrespect me. No. No woman will disrespect me. No man will disrespect me. I am a chief. It is enough that she is still breathing.
We'll have to talk about that, Don, sometime.
White people are the only
I never
reason
heard of all
she's.
that.
You understand me? And now, I have to tell you something. In the mind of the chief, if your queen betray you, it is punishable like death.
Punishable by death.
And the child, because the child might grow up like its mother and betray you.
This is horrible. This is horrible.
So there will be no more velvet in her child. They're not allowed here anymore.
Okay, so hang on.
This is not Nature Boy.
This is what I'm talking about. He flips personalities. When the video very first started, he said, yeah, I know, Don. This is the thing though. They want it's not about that. They want me to change my my birth certificate, my kids' birth certificate. We'll talk about it later. Because I want to keep, there's so much to go with this, but we'll talk about it later. And yeah, and it's not, and you don't have to have the DNA results. There's a scroll and it has the name on it of my great grandmother that was on the Trail of Tears, that they took her land, then she got land, then she passed it down to Tiger, which would have been, I guess, my great uncle or something, which is her son. And then he ended up selling the land to his daughters for like pennies on the dollar, and they were mad about it. I don't know. There's a whole thing about it. I'll talk to you about it sometime. We'll go over it and talk about it. I did contact the Indian reservation in because I'm Cherokee in Oklahoma, and that's what they told me that I had to do. And it was a lot of stuff, and something to do with my house, and just a lot of things that Stephen and I both agreed upon that we didn't want to go through and do. But they don't use the DNA anymore because they go by the family tree, And if you can prove that that person is related to you by your family tree or whatever, then they accept you. But for me, it's a scary process because, like I said, I have to change everything about myself. No, that's what they started. They started where you don't have to have the DNA. And it started because people were filling out for it, and then they let, like, I don't even know, 10 or 20,000 people in that was on the waiting list or something. I read about it like last year when all of this came about. And Steven's sitting here with me right now, and he said that he didn't think that it was a good idea for me to have to change everything. And also, we would have our own president, our own vice president, our own medical. We would be sovereign, so we wouldn't be part of the United States anymore. You're actually part of the Cherokee Nation, and they have their own stuff on there. It has everything that, like, their own. It's like their own organization. And then, like, if you got in trouble, you got to go to that president and another country or something as well. That's what you got to do. And instead of the United States, it's a weird thing. I don't know how to explain it. But it is, hang on just one second. See if I can pull it up. Okay, so right here, let me show you here how it stopped. That way I can show you. This is what it is now. No federally recognized tribe enrolls members solely based on DNA testing, as it generally cannot distinguish among tribes. Some tribes may require DNA testing only to document that a child is related to particular parents. And then it goes down and talks about the blood requirements. The Bureau of Indian Affairs uses a blood quantum definition, generally 1/4 Native American blood and or tribal membership to recognize an individual as Native American. However, each tribe has its own set of requirements, generally including a blood quantum for membership enrollment of individuals. Is there blood test? Could a blood test or DNA test prove AIAN ancestry? Blood tests and DNA tests will not help an individual document his or her descent from a specific federally recognized tribe or tribal community. You have to have an Indian, you have to be on this, you have to have a scroll. Only federal and tribal laws apply to members of the tribe unless Congress provides otherwise. How do I prove Cherokee Indian heritage? Cherokee rolls, that's what I was talking about. Blood quantum and tribal citizenship. To claim tribal affiliation and apply for citizenship with any tribes, you must prove descendancy from someone on a specified Cherokee roll. 2 of the tribes also require a minimum degree of blood quantum for citizenship. And we'll go into that later, but I just wanted to show you. Because I looked into it and it scared me. Let's see, someone gave you bad info. That was for Betty SDA. Yeah, no, that's what it's saying federally. And then when I contacted them, I asked them, do you need a DNA? And they said, no, we need the name of the scroll that you would be coming from. And then how are you related to them? And then you put down the name of how you're related to them and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It was a whole ordeal thing. It was a whole ordeal. And I found the scrolls that I would be related to on it and all of that. But like I said, I didn't want to change my birth certificate and all my stuff like that because it just scared me. It scared me because then I'm no longer considered a USA, a United States American citizen. I would then be considered a Native American of the United States of America. I talked to the people at Cherokee Nation. It's called Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma. We'll talk on the back end. I'll tell you everything that I did and where it is. They have their own website and you can call them and you can talk to them and stuff. And they have all of that. They give you to the personnel department and all that stuff. And this was like last year. I think it was last year. But we'll talk. I have your email. We'll talk about it on the back end and see because I still thought about doing it. I'm just kind of scared because I don't know if I don't be a United States American citizen anymore. I'll talk to you on the back end, okay? I'll talk to you on the back end of it. And that way that, because I don't want to run this. I'm trying to do this. Oh, okay. Did you take him to the reservation itself? Because we have one only 3 hours away from here. Okay. Yeah, I will email you and talk to you on the back end about it so that I can get through this because I also have the victim, Velvet, that was with him that when he very began this video, he said, she's coming home. Now he's saying she's not welcome and neither is his children or her children. They're not welcome around him. So we're at that point now, but on the back end, we'll get together on that and we'll figure it out. And I'll tell you what they told me and I'll show you the website and stuff that where my scroll was. And then we'll go from there.
Cancel that bitch, I'll get another one. You feel what I'm saying to you?
Now, mind you, his pants are unbuttoned and his belt is undone because before, when we first started watching this, he was watching himself on Twitter on doing sexual acts and he was growing type of shit. So he just said, cancel that bitch, I'll get another one. But at the very beginning, he said she was coming home. So I don't know. Like I said, there's like 5 different personalities that are here.
That's the vibes. That vibe. Yeah.
Now we will hear from her next. I will play her next.
Caesar, home. Caesar, home.
This just reminds me of a crazy person, to be honest with you. Like somebody that lost their mind or on drugs. Thank you, Jess, for being here. Then he starts to cry.
And they ended it or they kicked this out.
What is it?
Shit.
I don't know what that means, but is that's something.
Why don't you just let me go? Why don't you just kill me already?
Kinto. Yeah, he's beyond fucked up mentally. Yeah, like.
Baby,
He goes from screaming to laughing to crying.
We're still alive. Shit! We're still alive. All right.
See, to this,
How you doing? How you doing, ma'am? Who is that?
Nepal, he's speaking to you.
Who is that?
That's
oh, okay. I knew it was something
Nepal.
like that.
Sanetta? Yo, Sa.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? It's cool? We good? We good? Yo, Sa.
Oh, you're good, Don.
Yeah, we good, brother. And I'm ready to get down with some real serious questions. That's what the people are here for, my brother. So hopefully, we can give them that. Hopefully, we can give the people some serious answers. And let's take it from the TOP if you don't mind. Shout out to Latoya.
That was crazy.
In the building.
That was crazy. Yo, that was crazy. Holy shit. Oh shit.
First of all, I want to know what's so.
Yo, that was crazy. Did you feel that shit? That was,
All I saw was a maniac.
yo, that was crazy. Yo. Every time my mouth get mad dry, I swear to God, like
Well, I just want to say,
every time I channel it, every time after it, my mouth be dry.
You think he channeled?
Like my mouth dry as fuck.
He didn't channel nothing.
you're talking about, I just want to say, I want to let you know that this is very important.
Exactly,
that we
SDA.
reveal this information.
No, come on. Okay.
They muted our mic.
But some of our audience don't watch him, and this is what's actually going on. This is very serious. So I encourage everyone to be aware, be supportive, and don't keep your eyes closed to what's happening over there with other people.
No, what's up, my brother? Are we ready to get it in now? On this,
Wait. Am I under arrest?
Now he thinks they're the cops.
Officer, am I under arrest? Yo, did I do something wrong? Yo, they going.
I thought you was coming back, man. I thought you was nature boy. Let's get this in.
I know, yo, son, that is me, nigga.
Okay, there you go. Give him my hand. Y'all nature
Calm
boys,
down,
man.
How many personalities does he have?
Listen, man.
Level with him.
Let's get into it, brother. For real. On some
Yeah, I knew
serious
that
shit.
part, SDA. All lies.
The way you treat the woman, dear brother.
Yeah.
What's up with the constant abuse of the sisters that's there? Every time they leave, and they end up leaving, running away, and then they call themselves.
Wait, they didn't hear none of that I said? You didn't hear none of that?
100% true. We can't trust any of them.
Okay, oh. Okay.
So now he feels like an idiot. Okay, so
Why the constant abuse, brother, with them?
he did all that stupidity, and he's like, you didn't hear any of that? Oh. So the guy keeps asking him, why the constant abuse of the women? And I don't think he ever answers this question, to be honest with you, except to say he would eat her or something to that nature.
The beautiful women you got around. That's all I'm asking.
The woman I have with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right, Don?
Do I have to show video footage to remind you, brother?
Yo, am I being investigated?
Sounds like interrogation to me.
Yo, niggas sound like police to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being investigated. Yo, I gotta be being punked right now. Niggas is asking me questions cops ask you, right? Hey, yo, son, y'all niggas is trying to set me up. Yo, y'all the feds? Bro, really? Y'all wearing wires? Yo, my man, you wearing a wire? Yo!
Notice that guy. Okay, that's one
Yo,
weird
y'all
thing.
making me feel like,
That's one weird thing I noticed is that guy, even when he touched him, he never moved. His eyes never flinched except to look down for a second. Like, he's not even moving. as though, I mean, almost like he's a damn statue type of shit. Same thing with the other guy. And he can just grab them and touch them and stuff, and they don't move. It's weird. So now he's acting like he's under investigation, right? Like they're robots. Yeah, like they're robots. And now he's acting like he's under investigation just from the guy asking the same question. Why are you always abusing the women that you so love so much? Type of stuff.
I feel like I'm being interrogated or something. Now, but go ahead. Ask me another question, officer.
Right? The irony, right? I mean, you can see right
Nah, go ahead. Ask me the questions, bro. Go ahead.
I can see right through it.
I did. Go ahead, man. Go ahead with the next question, man. Go ahead, man.
To answer these little questions, you said you're gonna be able to answer them.
Bro, go ahead. Ask me the next question, man.
All right, I wanna not just ask you. I'll probably be better off showing you, brother. So let's go with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And some of them can't leave. Some of them can't leave. Once they get there, they can't leave. Remember, he has all of their stuff. Their money, their identification, everything.
Bring that to me, baby.
Now, this one actually left. Velvet left.
Put it up. Put the thing up on his head. Are you going to hold it? Okay, fine. Ooh, get it. Get him, Malia. Get him, Malia. Get her ass, Malia. Get her ass, Malia. Get her ass, Malia. Beat that bitch ass, Malia. Get her ass, Malia. Malia, you better whip her ass too. And you better whip her. And I told her not to hit you with that stick. And then that she broke the rules. She broke the rules. You broke the rules, and you should have never picked that stick up because we said no sticks. You bit her, you lost, and that's why she's queen, and you're not queen, and you're mad about that. She defeated the queen. Malia defeated the queen.
You can hear it.
Right? He's actually
Yes!
the game.
He's showing us the fight. Oh, I remember it.
Reconnecting.
Oshun and Oya fighting in Mexico at the waters. Oh, you remember that? Oh, Oya and Oshun battling in Mexico. Oh, it was classic. Oh, you people, you see nothing but yourselves. And you're so puny in your minds. Don't you see I'm God? I'm trying to play with your mind, kid. It was Oshun and Oya fighting at the waters. You don't respect art. You guys don't respect art. You don't respect the Orisha. You do not respect your culture.
Art is not fighting like that.
That was a battle between Oshun and Oya.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You fucking fools. You are a fool. You know nothing. Showing that silly fight. Trying to make that silly petty thing a thing of me. I'm God. Those are my Orishas fighting, nigga. You stupid little motherfucker. Don't you know me when you see me? Yeah. Those are my Orishas fighting. Velvet.
So,
Malia, the golden one. Look at her, she's golden. Look at Malia, she's golden. She's the golden lady. She's damn near orange. She's a golden lady. Get a close up and look at her soon, nigga. Look at her.
are you going to answer these questions, man?
Ah, shit.
Why are you making these women, these young, beautiful ladies, why are you making them like they dogs, like they animals, like they savages, brother? And you sitting up there, you don't even respect the power that's given to you right now. And you misusing the power that you have. And so you got these sisters out there acting like dogs and animals.
He's the trigger other interviewers. He's the trigger other interviewers to want to interview. That's also brilliant. I designed this thing so cool.
Are you going to answer the question, my brother? You got the light that shines.
I was talking to you this whole time. You had me on mute.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I'm not going to repeat that. You're going to have to go find that somewhere else, but I am broadcasting in other places.
You were talking to me because I was playing a video. So I didn't hear you. I was playing a video.
No, it wasn't in the contract. I already said what I had to say. You had me playing a video of some silly stuff. I've answered your question while you were playing on your technology. Put this up, baby.
Is your internet better now, Don?
Talk to us about
Three.
Nicole, you want to ask a question real quick?
Yes, I would like to ask a question about these sisters who have gone on, like Velvet and Terry, and they've said that you actually teach that sperm is the best way for women to learn. Actual semen in the anus and in the mouth is the best way for women to receive information. They really don't even have to go to college. Can you explain that to our audience, why you say that?
Okay, number one, there's children in the room, I just noticed, on top of this. Number two, they're asking him a question of why he says that his sperm should be in the mouth of the women and in the anus of the women, and that they don't even need to go to college or anything else as long as they have his sperm, as long as they drink his sperm and they have it in their anus. And in the background, I just heard a child. I did know that there was children there, but I didn't know there was children in this room during this interview, during this craziness going on. So now they're asking him that question. Why do you believe that the women should drink your sperm and have it in their anus, and it's better than them going to college or anything else? I don't think he ever even answers the questions, to be honest with you. I hear the kids in the room. Now that pisses me off. The kids are there. And he knows they're there.
Are you asking me about my sperm?
No, I didn't ask you that. I asked you why that is your philosophy for women. Get your mind out the gutter. Can you answer the question, King? Would you like to address him and mute out because he's starting to flash? I'll go ahead and mute out, King, and you can talk to him. Please.
I can't believe that the children are in the room.
All right, brother. So, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and let you talk, man. I'm gonna let you talk. I promise to give you your 3 minutes to talk to the people. Because I see you not answering the questions.
So I appreciate you, Sonetta. Sonetta, you a rich motherfucker, bro. You said you need my 3 minutes. It's on my 3 minutes, man. Stop talking in my 3 minutes. You breaking the laws. I'm in my 3 minutes. Bro, still my 3 minutes. You gotta let me burn. I can say whatever I want in these 3 minutes. You agreed to that. Stop.
It don't work like that.
Oh, you running his mouth?
No, I'm telling you, like your bitch is.
Who's telling? I'm talking to Sonetta. Why are you running his mouth? Why you running his mouth?
They fight for you, I fight for him.
Why you running his mouth? I'm talking to that man. He's a man. Let him talk.
He keep this top.
Backstage.
They put us backstage.
Of course he did. Yeah, she got him out. I'm embarrassed.
Watch all out.
Everybody loves that.
Huh?
That people in the comments saying get her 3 God.
Yeah, because she way out of pocket. She way out of pocket. Yo, you promised me 3 minutes. You promised me 3 minutes. You promised me 3 minutes. I said you can ask me any question you wanted to if you give me 3 minutes. I did answer the questions. I answered them completely.
Stand down for my king.
Can I get my 3 minutes or not?
He never answered one question.
Bro, I can talk about, you're talking about me. I can talk about whatever I want in these 3 minutes. We agreed to that. Wait, I get to say whatever I want in the 3 minutes and you...
He's been cowering out this
Is
whole
this
time.
reverse psychology? Do I smell reverse psychology?
Reverse psychology.
That was so cute. That was so cute. He reversed it on me.
There's nothing cute about this.
He reversed it. That nigga reversed that one shit. Yo, you want to do the interview or not? Because I can get out of here. You're on pumping if you leave. I got your footage already. I got your energy, nigga. I'm good. You want to do the interview? This shit, I got this shit already. You good? I'm ready to go. I stole this shit, nigga. You good? Yeah, it's money. If I make money off this shit, it's fine, nigga. You good? You good? I'm good. You done with the interview? You know what I'm saying? You get money, you know what I'm saying, off my shit, but you done with the interview? I ain't getting shit. What I'm getting? What I'm getting, sir? Oh, so shut the fuck up, bitch.
So he just told one of the women to shut the fuck up, bitch. See? He just said, shut the fuck up, bitch. And he goes, I know you ain't talking to a man like that. You're talking to a woman like that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hello, Ella. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping in and giving me a like. Have a great night. Have a great night, Ella. It was nice for you to stop in. And yeah, this guy is a character for sure. Yeah, I'm trying to show what he is, and then I'm gonna pull up one of the women and what she says about it, and then I'm gonna pull up the court, the other woman that testified against him. So here he's gonna smoke this again, but it's not weed, but yet it looks like weed. It's rolled like weed. I don't know what it is that could make you get psychotic and stuff, but it's something. Have a great night. Oh, okay, Ella. See, I don't know what he's smoking. He said it wasn't weed.
I am here to teach if you let me talk. You won't let me talk? You promised me 3 minutes of talking. I could teach in 3 minutes. I could do a lot in 3 minutes. Are you not gonna say nothing? You're not gonna say nothing for 3 minutes. Hey, I got that. I got 3 minutes. You're not allowed to say nothing. Everybody recognizes in the chat. Sarnetta, he's a man of his word. He said he's gonna give me 3 minutes of talking. Period. He ain't gonna say nothing. And I bet you he's gonna break his word. I bet you he'll break his word. Watch this. I bet you I can make him break his word. I bet you. Watch this. You ready? Yo, Sai, you a bitch, nigga. You let your girl talk to you like a bitch, nigga. You ain't no chief. And when white supremacy ain't here, nigga, you's a bitch.
Check this out.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
We back.
You feel me? Yeah. You a bitch, nigga.
I've known about this one for about a year, and yes, they are tied. I've noticed. Nice to see you, baby. I've noticed. I knew about this one for about a year when he first got arrested. It's just he was in jail and stuff, and I wanted to wait and to see what was going to happen before I brought him out. I wanted to see what the verdict was going to be and all of that before I actually brought him to the surface, because just going over everything and stuff, it wouldn't. I felt like it wasn't a good purpose, you know, because of the fact that it wasn't over yet and there wasn't a verdict. And so I would have had to say allegedly type of stuff like that. And now I can say he's been found guilty in a court of law as being a cult leader. He's been found guilty in a court of law of raping a woman. He's been found guilty in a court of law of three different counts of sexual explicit material online. Yeah, Dawn's in here. Ty, did you see Dawn? Yeah, that's why she's like, haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, Dawn came in here. I'm so happy to see Dawn. All right, now while this is playing, I'm gonna go get me some tea real quick.
Check this out again.
Fuck wrong with this nigga?
We back.
Nah, my nigga. Let me talk. Let me get my 3 minutes.
They muted us.
Let me get my 3 minutes. We out. Boom. We out.
Yep.
Boom. We out.
Oh.
Yeah. That nigga a bitch. Because guess what? He let these. No, keep over.
I'm going back in.
What? No, not you, nigga.
We still.
Oh, we still on?
No.
We still on IG. We still on IG.
We on IG.
Yeah, keep rolling on these shit.
Okay, boom.
Yeah, we going.
Because we got our shit. You don't end our shit because this nigga, he just lost out, bitch. We keep rolling. The big bulls about to come over here. Man. You feel me? Big niggas about to come over here with their cameras. I got big dogs coming, nigga. Big dogs. These little dogs in one. And yo, and I'm still gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know I'm still gonna fuck with my nigga. I promise you, you could do no wrong, my brother. I know what's going on with you beyond what you think. Nigga, I love you, bro. Sarnetta, I'm still gonna be the reason why you gonna be dirt rich, nigga. Watch how honorable I am in the end. Nigga, I'm still gonna love you. Even though you shitted on me mad times, I'm still gonna fucking love you. Watch this. So anyway, that nigga's a bitch. He let his motherfucking bitch talk to him like that, and white supremacy is here, and he let a bitch talk to him like that? I would never let a bitch talk to me like that in my face, in my life. I would never, ever let a bitch talk to me like that. Nigga, what? I'm something like a pimp. Nigga, do you know who the fuck I am, nigga? Huh? I'm something like a motherfucking pimp, but I don't sell pussy. You better keep your bitch away from me, nigga. You know what time it is? Real niggas know what it is. We ain't gotta say it from a mile away. You know what time it is? It's big pimping, nigga. But I don't sell pussy. I'm selling my knowledge, but I ain't selling it. I'm giving it away for free to whoever's willing. But these women, shit, you can take them. Do whatever you want with them. I don't care. Guess what? They still gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Once a whore hit that block, shit, what you gonna do? You Captain Save a hoe now? You wanna save these motherfucking whores, huh? You wanna save these hoes, huh? That's what you worried about? Nigga, we play with these hoes. This ain't nothing. This cheap shit, nigga. We do whatever we want with women, nigga. What are you talking about? If it wasn't for white supremacy, there wouldn't be no equal women rights, nigga. That shit happened because the white man is here, nigga. If it wasn't that, nigga, we have our foot on these hoes, nigga. We be throwing these hoes around, nigga. What you think we doing behind the scenes? Real niggas is like, yo, look at this bitch I hit. Look at this bitch I hit, nigga. Look, we be sending these pictures to each other. We don't give a fuck about y'all hoes. We chiefs. We big shit. Bitch, we kick y'all bitches out. Bitch, we don't give a fuck about none of y'all hoes. Please, I'm a real nigga. Yeah, God a real nigga. Yeah, because God and Satan is the same thing. I'm both of them niggas. I can't be one and not be the other. Pimping? Where you think this pimping shit came from, nigga? God. That's why a bitch call me God. Where my nails at? Yeah, big pimping, always been, nigga. But I ain't selling pussy. Oh, y'all niggas hating on the pimp? You mad at the pimp? I'm abusing hoes now? It's called abuse to hoes to be a PIMP. God damn! Why y'all stepping on my dick? Y'all niggas didn't get on my dick with this shit. How you hitting hoes and hoes and hoes and bitches don't give a fuck about that shit. We're from the hood, nigga. We don't give a fuck about no hoe. Hey, look, if you a queen, nigga gonna protect you, shawty. For real, cause you a queen. Ain't nobody, if a bitch a real bitch, can't nobody disrespect her, cause a nigga gonna respect her because she know how to be around niggas. But a bitch start running her mouth in the hood, you know what we do? Run your mouth to a real nigga. You know what time it is. You play that shit with these duck ass niggas out there. Come on, baby, I'm a real one. Play that shit with these other niggas. Go find you a sucker or two. Them bitches talking crazy on the internet. You got my address, right?
I know.
I did get my address.
And this is the thing, though. He's not Illuminati. He thinks, Ty, he thinks he is God. He thinks he's God and Satan at the same time. And this is what he wanted all his people to do, is sit there with the 666 and the pyramids and all this stuff, doing all the symbolism. And he don't even know what it means, Ty. He don't even know what it means. Like, that's really, a lot of people said he didn't even know what it meant. He thought he made it up. This man legitimately thought he made that stuff up, Ty. Yeah, that stuff's been going on since the first of the beginning, with the Luciferians, but he thought he made it up. I can't. Right? Oh, he's crying right now because he's in prison, life without parole, and 10 years on top of that. So he's crying right now, for sure. He's crying. He's on his way to prison, not the jail, but prison in Georgia.
You know why? Because ain't no real niggas got problems with me. Real niggas is like, nigga, keep doing your thing. I got niggas.
Why? Because he got convicted of rape and 4 counts of
damn, I'm in prison balls.
revenge porn on the internet.
Thing, nigga. Real niggas. They got, boss niggas. They got a lot of, pull.
He got convicted of rape, taking a girl's virginity. He got convicted of that. And he got convicted of 4 counts of pornography. Oh, he already is tied. That's another thing that came out. He was actually having X with some of the men members there and stuff. That came out already. So he already will be one in the prison because he was already one with that, with this. He was already one. So yeah, he will be. Yeah. Game over for him. That's right, Deuce. Game over.
But you know,
Yeah,
we
he
gotta
will.
disguise
He will.
ourselves. We can't let niggas know we here. We're like the Men in Black. You never see us coming. We're in and out. Right in front of your face, but you never see us coming. Because we could do this. Yes. We could do this.
Yeah, he was, right?
We could do this.
He said he was God and he would
Yeah,
never
see,
be convicted.
I'm the kind of nigga that if a nigga come to me, I'm a roach. It's different kind of niggas in this world. See me, if a bigger nigga come in the room, I'm gonna play like a bitch. I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, daddy. You nigga, you that nigga? And see, because I'm in touch with my divine feminine and masculine, I'm gonna make you get nice and comfortable. I'm gonna disarm you.
Right, Men in Black, right?
And then I'm gonna eat your dick off. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type nigga. You don't know what's gonna come out of me. And I could be anything on my thing. You know what I'm saying? You want me to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, what do you want to be? You know what I mean? Hey, look here. Hey, you. Let me tell you something, my friend.
Now he's quoting
Right?
Scarface.
I'm from fucking 53rd and fucking Eastland, you know? I'm over there, you know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, eh? We can do whatever we want, eh? Take it easy.
I'll show you them as well,
Whatever you want
SDA.
to do, we can do it. Oh, Eligio, oh, baby, Eligio, oh. What? Come on, son. The fuck wrong with these niggas, man? Huh? Yeah. Where my dogs at? You right here, dog. Where my dogs at? Oh, yeah.
He's just quoting movies right now.
And you know what that means.
Now Jim Carrey.
Let me tell you something. First, you get your lighter, and then you get yourself some coffee, and then
right.
Fire Marshal Bill here.
He's not tough.
How you doing?
He's not.
Nice to meet you, kid.
That's the same thing I thought.
Yeah, it's Fire Marshal Bill.
That's
Hold
what
up, I used to go like this. I had to do like this. I had to do this to get it. How you doing, kid? It's Fire Marshal Bill. First, what you done understand is that some bitches think that they can get away with talking to a nigga like I'm not a real nigga. Because the white man is there.
Right.
Because they can call the police.
The other kind of milk. The other kind
Well,
of milk.
you see, if it wasn't for marijuana, hey, watch it.
He cut his
Is it
lip.
bleeding? I have a cut. I cut my lip. I'm sorry, I was talking too fast. I cut my lip. Sanitizer. Oh, shit. Oh, sanitization. Hurry. My mouthwash.
Mouthwash right there.
God, chill with this. This is draining. Hold on. Mouthwash.
He thinks he's doing prophecies and he's
the cup.
doing movie scenes.
All these things should be here.
So he's trained.
We prepped for these things, didn't we?
He's trained.
Is this a set or not? I don't know what I hire you people for.
Oh yeah, guys,
I
they
need
do.
water.
They do. They absolutely do. That's the guy that was on there talking to him, trying to get him to answer why he abuses the women. He actually was the same as him, and he was like, "Why do you abuse them? Why do you hurt them? Why do you call them names? Why do you make them sleep outside? Why do you make them do things like that?"
Because I was gonna say, yo, because I would delete for real. If it's that wild, Control Alt Delete. Program gone. Promise you. Control Alt Delete. Like that. Not one.
No, we don't pay them.
Zeros and ones
Oh,
gone. Into the abyss. I can throw your soul into the
No, he took all of these people's money when they got there. He don't pay them nothing at all. Nothing. No. He wouldn't even give them their money. Like they weren't allowed to use their own money. Only he could use the money and only he could purchase things and they had no say so. Matter of fact, if he got up that day and he did not eat, they didn't eat either. They only ate when he ate. He had to eat first and he chose what he wanted to eat. And then everybody else had to eat like that, eat the same thing as him. Like it just really strange. They had to sleep outside. They had to be outside all the time, even though he was inside, taking up all of the Airbnb or whatever they were renting. Yeah, he was like, what am I paying you for? He's still acting out apart from a movie is what he's doing. He's still acting. He's, like I said, a little bit mental.
abyss. I promise you. And I'm only getting stronger. I'm at 60%. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
That's another movie quote.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Yup. I'm all the way up. Hey, let me tell you something. Look at me. Who's this?
Twitter.
Because I know big old sensitive ass couldn't stand no real nigga on it. Yo, and Twitter, shout out to you to let a real nigga rock. Motherfucker. Yeah, I know you watching. I know you getting like that real nigga rock. I promise you, whoever owns Twitter is fucking a nigga. Huh? Yo, who's that? Big O still let me rock? Wow. Yo, Asians, you know I love the Asians. You know what I mean? Who's that?
It's I3.
It's I3? Yo, Instagram. Hey, yo, if it wasn't for Instagram, hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? Gotta fuck with Mark. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mark, major demon, nigga. You's demon. That nigga's a major demon. You know what I mean? Demon time, nigga. Fuck on you niggas, huh? Y'all want demon shit? Yeah, I'm Satan, nigga. You didn't know that? Didn't tell you? Yeah, that's me. Surprised?
Nope.
Yeah. Boo.
You're God and Satan.
Come fuck with me. Where my demons at? And what was I gonna say to you? I was gonna say, I got so much to say to you. Call me. Let's talk.
Oh yeah,
Let's
they will.
talk. Let's build.
Yeah, he got life.
Yeah, that shit.
10
Talk
years.
about.
Life without parole with 10 years.
Big shit. Real nigga shit. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about a lot of things, but one thing I want to say, and then I want to say another thing, and another thing, because I always do things in three. Hey, check it out. Number one, as long as niggas is locked up, every black man on this planet is locked up. As long as white supremacy exists, every black man is locked up, even in his own home. He thinks he's not locked up, but we are in a state of hell. And all of us is locked up. It's just different security levels, okay? You got Super Max, Max, Seg.
It's really strange that he did this video 1 month prior to getting arrested. And in this video, he was talking about how he thought they were the feds and that they, were they the cops, and he's broke down crying like a child, you know, all this fake stuff, right? Yes, he's also racist. He don't like white people at all. He got life without parole plus 10 consecutive concurrent years that follow after that. So he's never getting out of prison until it's the end of the road for him in a body bag. That's how he's getting out. Okay, so we're gonna switch on to the next because I don't want you guys to be here forever, but I wanted to give you a little part of him. Now we're gonna switch on to Velvet, which she was in the cult for quite some time. And at this point, she had already left the cult, and now she's gonna do her interview. And I haven't even seen this interview either. So we're all gonna watch it together. She breaks down crying, talking about this. I believe she had children with him as well. I can't remember because he did have children with some of these women. So we're going to hop on over to that one, which is this one right here. And hopefully we don't have to have it as loud.
Real life.
And everything else. So let's do it like this. Let's start off with who Velvet is. Let's start with where you were born, who is your family, how you were raised, and I want to kind of lead up to what CarbonNation situation was for you and your interest in that. But let's start with your beginning. Where are you from?
I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm currently 25. Actually, I'm 26. Just made 26 in February.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That's new for me, right?
You're over a milestone now. You're like, I don't know what they consider 26, but you're at that point past 25.
Exactly.
Hang on
which
1 second.
I've, matured, over time.
I don't know how long she was with him in the cult, but I've never seen this video either, so we're just going to wing it and watch it together.
But living in New Orleans was pretty crazy, and it was not my vibe. The way that I grew up in my childhood, my mom and my dad's relationship was pretty toxic. So my grandmother, I have a lot of history and a lot of relation and memory from my grandmother raising me, which she always allowed me to go outside. She always let me go run into nature. I was always kind of like that child that was pulled from the bunch because I've 4 sisters and 4 brothers. So I was. Were
you a middle or?
I was. So the girls were.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to explain at the very beginning of how he got these women to participate with him on all of this, is because a lot of these women just wanted to feel wanted. They just wanted to be a part of something. And they thought that he was something they could be a part of and have like a family, and things like that, like be a family. They didn't know actually really what they were actually getting into until they got there, type of thing. So they're talking about the backstory of how she grew up. I'm assuming that's what's happening right now. I don't know how long that goes.
First, I was the 3rd girl that was born. And then my little sister and then my brothers came. But I was always pulled from the bunch because I was named after my auntie, which was my dad's sister. She passed away when she was an infant, and my mom couldn't find any other name to give me but that name.
So your real name is Velvet?
My real name is Velvet Gabriella. I was named after my aunt. And so my grandmother took a special liking to me, not any favoritism, because she treated all of us the same. But because of that dynamic, I was like that child, that special child in a sense. So that's why I have that memory. And the way that my grandmother raised me, that's where I felt like I got all of the love that I needed as a child and the nurture. But when my family got split up after some time, my mom and my dad got split up after some time, I stopped seeing my grandma, which stopped that dynamic between me and my grandma to continue to flow. And because I was the oldest, after my mom and dad got a divorce, because I was the oldest, I became the mother of my younger siblings.
Wow.
So I was like taking care of them, sending them off to school, doing their hair at 11. I started at 11 years old. A lot of people don't know that from 11 years of age up until 17 years of age, I was a mother.
That
Literally.
explains some things.
You know, and with that being the dynamic of my early childhood, I had no choice but to think like an adult. So it made me think about other things that a child wouldn't think about, like spirituality, you know, what's in the world. And my parents, because they had their own things going on, they weren't pouring into me like, you should know this, you should know that, you should, you know, it was other things that they had going on that they were dealing with emotionally that took away from raising me the way that I technically needed to be. And so with that being the case, I spurred off when I was 17. I ran away from home. And by the time I was 17, I actually was into major organizations in my community. There was a group called Rethink that I got into, and that was more of like a cultural, economic type of a reform group. So I was like in communities, like talking to people like, we should be thinking like this, we should be living like this, you know, going to high schools and talking to the high schoolers like, you should really focus on your education and XYZ and why it's important. And so I made a big name for myself with their Rethink alone. They actually put a memorial of me. I wasn't even passed away yet.
Wow.
I'm probably it's still there. This was in 2015, 2016.
Wow.
A picture of me with a dissertation. Like, this girl is amazing, you know, at 17, 18. Following that, I joined an organization called Groundwork. That's global. That's like a more of an agricultural type of organization where I actually have went from different states in the United States because of this group to focus on economic development, you know, over the world. And so I was always into nature. I was always into agriculture. So by the time I decided to go to college, which I was like in my mind, graduating high school, which I graduated alone. I graduated myself. My parents had no involvement with me graduating from high school because of the divorce, because of the dynamic, because of me running away. I pushed my family away. It was way too toxic for me. So when I thought about like what I wanted to do further my education after high school, I was completely over education because I'm like, these schools are not teaching me what I need to know. If you would have replaced this class with maybe agriculture or maybe with like me learning Spanish or something like that, you give me another opportunity, another avenue to learn through, maybe I could be better at school. But you know, I wasn't failing. I wasn't a failure. It was just that I felt like the schooling system wasn't giving me enough to work with, you know, to learn from. And so I was like, I don't know if college is healthy. I don't know if that's something that I want to do. And I've always heard stories of my friends and my other sisters and, you know, people that I knew saying that once they got into college and they chose the profession that they had to switch it and change it because once they started studying it and how the schooling teaches it to you, they're uninterested. So I'm like, why would I go invest my time? And you know, these are my thoughts at a young, you know.
That's
so by that time,
now,
17 years old in the 12th grade, my parents.
Hold on just a second. When she just said that, that's the same thing that happened to Madison, my youngest. She would go to college, and then once she would get into the profession of it or whatever, she didn't want to do it. She didn't want, you know, to be what do you call that? A CPS worker. She didn't want to go and do all that. She didn't want to be a doctor for children because she didn't want to see children be sick and stuff like that. So I can see what she's saying here because Madison changed her thing like 3 or 4 times before she actually, you know, she graduated in different things, but before she actually got the right education for her, because everything, once she got into it, she didn't like it type of thing. So I don't know.
parents a runaway. I'm constantly talking to the counselors. From 9th grade to 12th grade, I was always in the counselor's office talking to the counselors like, I'm sad, I'm depressed. Like, this is crazy, right? But by the time, that situation happened, by the time I ran away, my school pulled in my parents for a parent-teacher conference to talk about my emotional distress. And because I was so much into nature, I didn't know that there was a program. Like, I didn't know that you can go to school for agriculture. Like, I didn't know that. So I'm like, scratch school. I don't want to go to school. I just want to go live in nature. I want to go learn about nature. And my parents are looking at me like,
Wait. Hold up.
yo, she's like, we don't know. Like, is she going to be?
What? Okay. What does she mean? I mean, I didn't even go to college for stuff like that. But what does she mean that she didn't know that you could go to college for agriculture? Because that's you damn sure can. You can go to college, to learn about the nature and different things about nature. What would make her think she couldn't go to college for that? I wonder. I'm just curious myself. I switched majors a couple of times, but it was because either I did not feel I could do the job or because the job was not what I thought it was. Yes, that's what Madison got into. That's what she got into. But see, this girl is acting really smart and stuff, but then she's saying she didn't know that she could go to school and go to college and learn about, nature and actually have a career out of it. She's saying she didn't know she could. Well, I knew a long time ago, and I went to a polka dot school. I mean, I went to a school of 20 people in my class, and I knew that you could go to college and for agricultural. It's a very hard word for me, but agriculture. I knew you could. I knew you could. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 100%. Okay, there's a thing that happened the other day, and I looked at it and I thought to myself, oh my gosh. Okay, so take school and take prison. First of all, you have a school bus, so does a prison. Okay, school bus, so does prison. Then look at the inside of the schools, look at the inside of the prisons. Look at the lunchrooms of the prisons, look at the lunchrooms of the schools. And then look at the trays of the schools and the trays of the prisons. They're raising kids to go to prison. So homeschool is the best. Homeschool is where you're going to learn, and where you're going to get the education that you actually need. That's why a lot of people have switched since the 19 thing, and they are now homeschooling their children, because if you look at it, it's the same exact format as prison. You know what I mean? Daycare is different, though. Daycare is different, SDA. I'm talking about actual school. If you go to the actual school, you got a school bus. So does prison. If you go to the prison is big and looks just like a school. Then if you look on the inside of the school where the lockers are, and then you look at the prison up above where they're all got pins, they're all locked in. It's like the lockers. Then if you go and you take a prison cafeteria and a school cafeteria, they're identical. Then if you take a school tray of food and a prison tray of food, they're identical. So it's almost like, and remember a long time ago, I talked to you about the wrapping industry and how they said that they bought into the prisons, and as long as they kept rapping about, all the bad stuff and making kids do bad things, then they would end up in prison and they would get a kickback off of it because of the they had a stock in prison, a stock in prison. So now I see that it's almost like they're being trained to be that way. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so, I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. It's weird.
A bum? Like,
Yeah,
this is what I experienced in the 12th grade, sitting at a parent teacher conference. You know, my family's like, they don't even know that you can go to school for agriculture. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So there's a
right.
dynamic that's like out of the loop. So my teachers are so concerned about me to the point where there was a pep rally. We had a pep rally, and all of the 12th graders had to like express where they wanted to go to school and say the commitment. And I told in front of everybody, the whole audience, I'm like, look, I'm not dedicated to any college, but I want to further my skills and my profession in agriculture. Right there, the same day, there was
At least
Tuskegee alumni, and he actually gave me a scholarship to go to Tuskegee University. Right there, then in that day, they enrolled me in the college, got in a HBCU, and I pushed myself forward to go to school. My mom actually supported me and drove me to school, and that's when I started my agricultural education, and I was passing flying colors.
actually
Math,
do, Doc.
not good at math. That's not a good subject for me. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. So I was failing at math, and I was also failing at history because I knew that they were lying. I didn't know why. I didn't know how.
Right.
But I knew that they were lying, and I couldn't retain it. And I'm the type of person, if I can't retain something, I'm not doing it.
But I'm glad.
And I didn't know at the time that you could drop out, you could drop classes and pick up new classes. So I just dropped out completely. But this was upon my discovery of CarbonNation on Facebook. You know, all the children on internet. So while I'm in college, studying agriculture, I'm on Facebook on the feed looking at agricultural stuff, and this CarbonNation popped up.
Yeah, what are you seeing?
At the moment, it was of Nature Boy, and he was on the live with Yaya at the time, his wife at the time, and they were talking about living in tune with nature, being vegan, why it's important to, disconnect yourself from certain things. I didn't look at it as too extreme, because for me personally, that was something I was already doing without the influence of Nature Boy. So I was like, wow, so I clicked on his page, and that spurred me to, research a little bit. And that's when I came into contact with the group, and I saw like there was like profiles of different people who were in that same circle or culture or tribe or whatever. And I started going to look at everybody else's pages, and everybody else was like living it up in nature. Everybody was eating fruit. And not only were they people think that they were just living out there, but what I saw was when I started studying these people that was in that group, they were giving knowledge behind why they were eating the fruit that they were eating, why they were living in tune with nature the way that they were, why they were disconnecting from Babylon, as they would say. Like, they were giving the information of why, instead of just like posting it like, yeah, eating fruit is great,
Right.
So, and I'm an information-based person, so that was cool to me, but I was very young also, so I never thought to like do background checks and like go look at him, like his past, I wasn't
living in the moment,
and I'm already depressed with life. I'm like, bruh, like this ain't even it. Like I'm in school, but I really don't want to be in school. I'm passing my classes, but it's draining to me, So at that particular moment, I'm like, wow, this would be nice. I never thought to like go out there or live with them, but I was like, it would be nice to live a life where I can actually see myself thrive and also become more knowledgeable about what it is that I actually want to do and pursue in my life. And so I got into contact with one of the members that were there that were connected to Nature Boy.
You reached out, or?
Yeah, I reached out to them. But me and Nature Boy had never had any type of interaction, at this point. And so it was a guy, because he was the only person that I saw there that I could potentially have a connection with, whether it was platonic or romantic. So when we started talking, I was like asking him about his life. I'm asking, and this is what you do on the internet. You reach out to people, you connect, right? So this is what I'm doing. And one thing led to another. And astrology is big. So he's telling me his signs and this and that. And it seems like we have a lot in common. So our relationship evolved into a romantic relationship. And even still, it's about 2 weeks in, me and this guy is talking. Still haven't talked to Nature Boy. Still haven't really know who the leader is. I don't even know that there is a leader. I didn't even know none of that. But the guy, he's like, you have to go through Nature Boy. You have to talk to him first to come through. And I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, what do you mean talk to him? I'm talking to you. Like, we're together. Like, what do you mean? And so, lo and behold, like underneath wraps, there was actually
so there was another thing. Okay, so some of the guys would reach out and or be attracted to some of the women, and they would bring the women in, and the girl would be attracted to the guy, but then Nature Boy would say, I want you for myself. And then Nature Boy would then tell the women and the men who they could be with as far as a partnership went and stuff. And even if they were in a partnership with one of the guys, if Nature Boy wanted them, then they had to go do what Nature Boy wanted. Even if they didn't want to be with Nature Boy, even if they didn't find him attractive and didn't want to be with him or anything like that, they would do that. I find that really wrong, because if you're going there because you're interested in someone else, you should be able to be with that person. But then again, you got to remember that Nature Boy thought he was God and Satan.
Another member, it was the Yaya wife at the time. She actually, but I never made the correlation until I actually had to reach out to Nature Boy to get through to him to go or to come, right? Yaya, she messaged me like some time, I think before I reached out to the guy, Omek or whatever. I think it was either a little bit before or after. I don't even remember, but she reached out to me and she was telling me how beautiful I was and, like complimenting me in so many words. And so I'm like, okay, like I get that all the time. So it's not like it's anything new to me. But I guess that was her way of starting a conversation. But if we don't have nothing to talk about, I'm not gonna, fast forward. That was Nature Boy's incentive. He used her to message me to say, like, I want you to be my wife. But her at the time, she never was into the wife dynamic. And throughout the story, you'll be able to get more just into the story of how it actually played out. But Yaya never was with it because of the emotional, verbal, and spiritual and physical abuse that he was doing behind closed doors at the time. So she never was like, I want you to be, she never did what he told her to do. She was just messaging me just to make it seem like she was trying. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah. And so Nature Boy, I guess, like after some time, I found out that it was some friction between him and Omek because Nature Boy wanted me to come, but he didn't want me to come because he wanted me to be with him, but I wanted to be with Omek. And it was like a dynamic that I had no idea of. And Omek didn't either. So Nature Boy was doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors that nobody was aware about. So eventually, because I was so persistent and consistent with the relationship that I had from jump, Nature Boy was like, all right, cool, she can come.
That's really good though.
So I get there, I go there, I drop out of college, I go there. Because I'm failing college at this point.
Yeah, you're failing. And where are you going? Where are they at now?
They are in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, okay.
Yeah. And so I get there and there's like we get to this restaurant. He takes us all out to eat. And there's a conversation about me being sure about what it is that I want. And if anybody knows Velvet or rather get the time to get to know me, you will know that I know what I want. I might not have certain details because I'm still young and I'm figuring it out and I'm perfecting my ideas as I go, but I know what I want. So I'm having this conversation with him in front of the tribe, in front of Omek, and he's like, you sure you want to be with Omek? You sure? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah.
Who's asking that?
Nature Boy. To me and Omek. He's asking me about Omek, like, are you sure you want to be with him? You sure you don't want to be with somebody else? Trying to like spin it like that. And I'm like, I said I wanted to be with Omek. I said I'm with Omek and I'm currently with him. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. All right, cool, blah, blah, blah. We get it. Fast forward. I was never close enough to Nature Boy to know that he was physically and emotionally, verbally, and spiritually abusing the women that he was around. I was always with the guys. I was a guy. I was in the field going get fruit and bringing it back to the home so that we can eat fruit. I was going to the waterfalls, harnessing water with the guys and bringing it back. And now me and these guys, our dynamic was so cool to the point where I could be shirtless, topless, and these guys wouldn't even like look at me wrong or me feel like they was trying. That's how cool the dynamic was, right? In this situation.
Right.
But it started to get really tricky and weird because Nature Boy was he was teaching us that we should do certain things like be topless, like be, open to being in relation with other people if it doesn't work out with the relationship you were currently in. There was always a massaging, like persuasive type of vibe going on when it came to that dynamic. So the relationship with me and Omek got
Right,
really
Ty, it's
sticky
kinda weird.
because Nature Boy will pull both of us to the side and tell Omek one thing and tell me one thing. Like he'll tell Omek she doesn't really want to be with you, or she
That's
really
smart thing,
likes me,
Don.
or whatever the case may be, or she did this or she did that, or try to twist something and manipulate something to try to make it seem like I didn't want to be with him, and he would do it vice versa. He would tell me like, Omek doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't care about you. It was like that at an all-time high. So this relationship with me and Omek
So Nature Boy
lasted for a duration of 9 months.
Hold up.
Oh.
Nature Boy played games with her when it came time, and she kept wanting to be with Omar, and he kept saying, "No, do you really want to be with him?" Blah blah blah, and kept playing games with her and kept doing things behind the scenes and stuff. And because she never wanted to be with Nature Boy, I guess. But congratulations to SDA for her son being able to, going to be buying a house, already bought a condo, kids going to school, college, things like that, getting great jobs. Congratulations to Dawn and all her kids and them starting their college savings when they were little and stuff, And yes, I got to see it. It was so beautiful. My son, he opened up a beef farm, and he has a beautiful home and all of that good stuff. So I think all of us as parents, we can pretty much tap ourselves on the back and say we did a great job. I think we all can do that. And Shay is back in school, going to alcohol programs, hasn't touched a drop of alcohol, and she's doing amazing, by the way, just to let you guys know.
Wow.
I humbly and honorably got out of that relationship with Omek because at that juncture of me breaking up with him, I knew that it wasn't going to work out. And the last thing that I'm into is leading people on. So I broke up with him.
You knew it was going to work out because of what?
Because of the dynamic between him, Nature Boy, me. Omek was also on the verge of unraveling his mind from the cult. So while he was unraveling his mind, I was raveling in.
Right. So Nature Boy, what he's saying, and I have to ask you is, are you intrigued with him and what he's saying based on his persuasion of what's going on? Like, hey, he's not liking you and you're not, it's saying to fit.
No.
So
I'm completely looking at Nature Boy like, this is my father. This is a father figure. This is somebody, I'm 20.
What I mean, Dawn,
is 20.
Congratulations that you raised your kids and you saved money for them since they were born to be able to go to college and to have the education to be able to go out and get the jobs that they want and to be able to get, to be able to get the careers they want, to be able to buy the things that they want is what I meant. Congratulations on that, because yes, you did do a good job. You made sure that they went to school. You made sure they had the things that they needed, and you paid for the first 2 years of college because honestly, like you guys said, college will break their bank. I mean, if Madison would have had to pay back her college, it was over $150,000. So imagine Madison right now making, I don't know, in the 20s. I didn't ask what she makes, but she just got a promotion. And imagine her having to pay back debt of $150,000 because she went to college for 4 years at MSU, and MSU is one of the most expensive and the most prominent colleges in Springfield, Missouri, and they're very expensive. Just their books alone was like $3,000 each semester that she would have to buy damn books. It was insane. But you put them on the path, and that's what I'm talking about. Congratulations to all of you that were able to do that. And yes, Ty, I will tell Shay that you're happy to hear that, because she has not had a drop of alcohol. She's been doing amazing. She's been going to all her things. Everything is working out great for her, and she's still going to school and everything else. So I'm really happy and proud of Shaylin. Okay.
21. This guy's like 34, 35, 36.
Okay.
I'm not looking at no grown ass man. I'm young as I'm not looking at no man. You know what I'm saying?
So she was 21, and at the time Nature Boy was 35, 36. Now he's 42. So she would have been with the CarbonNation for what, 6 years? He would have been 35, 36, 38, 39, 44, 52. Yeah. Yeah, she was with them for 6, 7 years.
I'm wanting to be with somebody that's my age. I'm looking at myself as even a teenager. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not thinking about it like that. I'm not even thinking that he's trying to get with me, because number one, I have no experience being social, because I've always been in the home. I've always been around other kids. I've always been taking care of other kids. So my dynamic with being social is off. You know, at this point, that's like one of my first real interactions outside of being in college. And I never really was social in college because everybody was doing shit that I didn't do. I didn't party. I didn't do the thing, that college kids. So moving forward, me and Omek, we get out of the relationship. He winds up leaving like the next day. And I decided to be on my own. And I said, I want to be single. And I want to, be solo. Nature Boy, on the other hand, when I tell you, bro, this nigga love bombed the shit out of me. I didn't even know what that was until
like the next day, or like Omek is leaving, and when you say love bomb, like how quickly does he attack it?
I break up with Omek. Like right now, I break up with Omek.
Right.
5 minutes later, like after me and Omek's done having a conversation, Nature Boy's like telling one of his wives or one of the women that's close to him.
I was going to say that when I married Steven, they took some of my Social Security check because I made too much money. Steven made too much money, and they took some of my Social Security because Steven made too much money. Yep. They damn sure did. My money. They took my money because Steven made too much, according to them. But at least I was honest.
Tell her I like her cookies. Go tell her I like the scarf she's wearing. Go tell her I like the wrap she's wearing. Go tell her that she's doing good in the curriculum. Go, and these women are coming to me like, Nature Boy really likes you, like making it cool, making it a thing. And I'm like, I just got out of a relationship. In my mind, I'm like, I just got out of a relationship, I'm trying to focus on the knowledge, because that's what I went there for. Regardless of me getting into a relationship with Omek at the initial point, the entire relationship that me and Omek had revolved around the knowledge. This nigga would literally teach me everything. And I would be like, I got that. I know that. I understand that. And if it was something that I didn't know, it was like being reminded, because most of the information that's being talked about is something that is already innate inside of me, and which is why I want to be in nature in the first place. So with that being the case, moving forward, and to fast forward just a little bit in the story,
yes,
I wound up making the decision to be with Nature Boy because he's love bombing me so hard. I feel like I'm backed in a corner with like a guy being like, I love you, I want to be with you, I love you.
I just want to say this, because us United States American citizens can't even get the help. And if we have our own money, if your husband makes, too much money, they take your money. But then illegals can come in and they can get all the welfare, free housing, everything that they want, and we pay for it, and it's not fair. It's just not fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just not fair, but on to this.
I'm like,
I'll be
okay, well, if you love me, all right, cool. Like, let's get together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
love.
That's the honest truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. He's currently in a relationship, Nation Boy. He's currently in a relationship with 3 women. Those women, from my understanding now, looking back, every woman that he's ever gotten with was never based off of any value. It was never based off of what that woman could have offered. It was never based off of having children with those women. It was strictly off of having sexual relations with them, just to sleep with them, just to experience them because of whatever fanatical fetish he has.
Yeah, was it like a body, face, sexual tendencies? Like
yes.
What? Oh, okay.
That's what I feel with Nature Boy. You know, it had no substance. Any relationship he has ever gotten in had no substance. So when I got into that dynamic, I went into a polygamous relationship knowingly. Got into that dynamic. If you've ever watched me on my own blossom and grow without the drama, I'm a literal flower. I have so many skills and talents. I still have even unraveled within myself because of the drama, because of the chaos. So with that being the case, these women naturally felt intimidated because what I realized, and even within myself at some point in time, the reason why I was even able to be with Nature Boy was because of some type of low self-esteem that I had within myself, or trying to find love in all the wrong places, or, just not be confident within myself, like to exactly know, and then on another spin to it as well, is because of my lack of experience in the world as well. So I tied both of those together. But I said that to say this: those women, from what I've experienced, they didn't have no self-esteem. That's the truth. I was the woman in these situations in every single instance, from the woman that I got into it with in the first place, in the beginning of our relationship, to the motherfucking end. I was the one to tell these women, you're good at this. You obviously are doing it. You're good at that. Be happy with that. Hone into that. That is your gift. That is your skill. Stop trying to be like me. Stop trying to be like her. This is what you do. And when you're a collective, when you're a community, when you're a family, you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses, and you know your opponents, or not even opponents, but you know your family members, and you guys come together on your strengths and you guys work it out with your weaknesses. That's what you do.
Right, Don?
So I have to ask you, do you feel like CarbonNation and Nature Boy, just in general, CarbonNation, that they pulled in women who had those weaknesses or who had those insecurities or who were weaker in a sense? Do you feel like that was the overall goal of the women that you've seen that was within the nation?
Yes. Yes, I do. I think Nature Boy thrived off the fact that he could reel in women who didn't see their own self-worth. Because for a mind like his, those type of men with those personality characteristics, they target women who have come from broken families, who have daddy issues, who have mommy issues, who have childhood trauma, who, it's an easy prey. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And so I don't look down upon any of these women because of their weaknesses, because I have mine too. My thing was coming out of our weaknesses and knowing our strengths. But because I've already realized some of my strengths coming into CarbonNation, those women were intimidated because I was already naturally in my strengths. I'm doing it. I'm being it. I'm actively living it. So those women exited the relationship. They couldn't handle. And because I was me, Nature Boy was falling in love with me. He didn't want to fall in love with me. He fell in love with me because I am who I am. He fell in love with who I was, and then on another note, fell in love with an idea of who he thought he could turn me into. See, which he didn't know that he could never turn me into the person who he thought he could. But those women left the relationship. I was still there for them. I didn't make fun of them. I never made them feel like shit or anything like that. I just kept it moving, you know? But for some reason, Nature Boy, you know, always had the mind and the idea and the heart to want to turn these women against each other, not even towards me, but to each other. And so he would talk to each woman individually, have sex with them, and tell and pour into them like great things, and then tell the next woman she ain't shit. And then so the next one would be in competition with the other women, and then the other woman is just messy and chaotic.
So I have to ask, let's just get perspective. You were in CarbonNation for how long? Let's just say.
About the same amount of time, about like 4 years.
4
from
years.
2017 to 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say this. You end up becoming Nature's Boy's main, I guess you could say, wife. And is that wife on paper, or is it just wife?
This is wife in real life.
Like
this
wife
is
in
legal.
real life. Like there's a ceremony, or there's a like how does it work? Like
I could tell you the story. Please. You know. So fast forwarding. After those women left, it was me and Nature Boy in a monogamous relationship for an extended amount of time. That's where he got me really open to like trust him and like have the idea to be polygamous with him and take on new wives. So as we were going through that process over time, I started to like allow these women to come in, but I never had a say so. I never got to choose these women. I never really got a chance to know these women prior to coming into the relationship. So I was always at odds with him. And so that turned really physically abusive. So because he didn't want me to leave and he didn't want me to like have my own things and be my own person, he would confiscate my passport, all my documentation, all my identification. He would take it. So over the years, fast forward in 2020,
she couldn't leave.
I believe that was 20. Yep, that was 2020. Over the course of all these years, he had my documentation. And one day he came to me with my documentation confiscated all the way over there somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Wow.
He comes to me one day and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna marry you." After 3 years of talking to me about why marriage isn't important, why we shouldn't get married, why it is, you know, denouncing spirituality. And I'm like, "You want to marry me? For real?"
Wow.
And in my mind, I'm planning my escape. This is in 2020, April of 2020. I didn't successfully escape until November of 2020.
COVID just hit, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's telling me this, and I'm like, "But wait, what about knowledge?" I'm like, "We can't get married. That goes against everything you just said. That goes against everything." So I'm trying to talk him out of his idea. He's like, "No, because if I get into trouble, if I get into this or I get into that, you can get me out. You'll take the flak for whatever it is that I'm doing." I was like, in my mind, I'm like, "Oh my God, I gotta get away before this nigga marry me."
Play versus.
Yes.
Oh wow.
He said this to me, and then the next day he comes to me and he's like, "We're just gonna make it a group thing. I'm gonna get them married. I'm gonna get them married. I'm gonna get them married. I'm gonna get them married." And I'm like, "This is a total fucking disaster."
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go back. You mentioned before the abuse, you got with Nature Boy. I have to ask you, when did the abuse start and what was that abuse early on?
The abuse started when I was about 4 months pregnant.
Jeez.
How far in the relationship were you pregnant? Like, I know you said 4 years overall, but how far were you into?
I was about a year, maybe 2-3 months in in the actual situation. Like a year and 3 months. Yeah. In the actual situation.
9 months, you're no longer with the first situation. Now you're with Nature Boy, and that's it happening. So about a few months, within a year after being with Nature Boy, you're pregnant now.
Yeah.
And you're 3 months pregnant. And like if you could talk about the first instance where you felt like, what's going on?
Well, at this point, when I realized, because at first I didn't realize it, because he was never physical. Like at first, when it first started, the abuse first started, he was never physical. He was always emotional and verbal. But I never looked at that as abuse because I come from that. I grew up with that. That became a normal thing in my mind. So one day we was living in Belize, and it was a situation where a woman came, the girl Kendra, Sheba, she came to Belize, and he wanted to be in a relationship with her, and I said no, and I was completely against it. She was a virgin at this time, and he wanted to take her virginity, and he told me that he wanted to do that, and I was like, you're not doing that, not on my watch. And he physically abused me right then and there, and this was about 3-4 months pregnant, and from that initial moment, it was all she wrote, or all he wrote, rather. And that's when I started experiencing physical abuse from him.
So, Bev, I have to ask you, what was your reaction to that physical abuse? Because sometimes in relationships, based on how you react is how things will continue or carry on. What was your initial reaction upon that initial situation?
I was fighting his ass back. Like, we was fighting. So this led to him being more extreme. Like, if you, hypothetically speaking, you physically abuse somebody and they back down, you're not going to abuse them because they backing down unless you're a real psychotic person and want to abuse that. But that wasn't the case. He physically abused me to a small degree. And I was like, you ain't going to hit me, period. Like, so I'm fighting him. Like, we fighting. But now he's choking me out because he need to get me to stop trying to fight him back. Now he's like trying to exile me from existence because I'm trying to fight him back. So in my mind, and at this juncture still has my documents confiscated all the way over there somewhere where I don't know. I'm like, okay, how can I not be in a situation where I'm going to get strangled and not get abused? So it always turned into me doing what he wanted me to do, but I could never get with it. So it will always be physical and then ending in him choking me out and blacking out and then waking up and being like, I still don't have my documentation. I'm 5 months pregnant now. I'm 6 months pregnant now. I'm 7 months pregnant now. Still don't have my documentation. I'm 7 months pregnant now. I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm having a baby now. I still don't have my documentation. How the fuck I'm going to get out of it? How I'm going to leave?
Right.
Still also while not wanting to do the things that he wanted me to do. So I'll just back down and be like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I don't even care. But my body is shutting down. I'm shutting down. So he's angry with me because I can't physically perform with him or be with him. So he's forcing me at this point with the women, without the women. And I'm sitting there like, I want to leave. So I'm going through this tug of war online because he's recording me, making it seem like to the world that I'm just crazy and I don't really know what I want. But he's got all my shit confiscated. We in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. I'm pregnant. I have no communication with my family for almost 2 years at this point. So I'm just like, this was in the beginning though. After I had Eliana, that's when I started thinking about, I really want the father, because I'm not thinking, as I'm having her, I'm not thinking that he's actually like crazy. I'm not thinking like this man would try to do anything to destroy me. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking that he's just coming from trauma just like me. And I have to give him grace. I have to love him through his pain. I have to love him through his trauma. And that was one of his big things too. Like, you have to stay by your black man's side. You can't leave him. You can't give up on him. You got to go through some things to, love doesn't come easy. And I'm in one of those states and I'm like, I'm considering him, considering Ellie. So I'm putting myself on the back burner and taking on things that I shouldn't necessarily have to because I want him to be better. And I also want to,
So the imprisonment, that's what it was. There was another one. It was called imprisonment people, against their will to stay in CarbonNation and stuff. And that's what she's now talking about. That's one of the things he got guilty of, was imprisonment. And like I said, when they first go there, they give all their identification, their passports, whatever, to him, and then they give their debit cards, their numbers, everything, and then they take on a new name, except for some reason he kept her name Velvet, because I guess people didn't believe that was her real name. And so this whole time she's wanting out, she can't get out. How is she going to get out of this? Because she don't have identification. She don't have a passport. They're going from Mexico to Belize to all these different places where you have to have a passport, but yet she can't get off. She can't get off, you know. Hang on just a second. I'll just delete it. I'll delete it. It's fine. It's fine. Welcome back, Jess. So when they was talking about imprisonment, imprisonment of people in the cult, when they were talking that he imprisonment them, he damn sure did imprisonment them, because they couldn't leave. If they don't have their identification and stuff like that to be able to even just get out of the country, how are they going to leave? So that's exactly what he got. That was one of the counts that he got charged for, was imprisonment. Holding people against their will.
Future for my child that I technically never had as a child. I'm fighting for that. So I'll stay in a relationship. When I did have a chance to get my documentation, I did leave. But the only reason why I went back 3 times
to Ohio, or were you leaving to?
Well, this also it's over the time span of 4 years. I left maybe about 3 times, and then I went back. Yeah, and the only reason why I went back was because Nature Boy would get me on the phone, and he would be like, "I'm gonna not be in this polygamous relationship."
Okay, so no. Once she got her identification, because he gave it to her, he finally gave it to her, she was able to leave. And then, as we all know, with abuse, it takes women sometimes up to 6 times before they actually leave their abuser. They keep going back and keep going back and keep going back. So now she's explaining that she went back 3 more times after she left the very first time. And she's explaining the manipulation and stuff like that of how he would get her to come back. He would say he was going to be monogamous with her and not polygamy, because she didn't want polygamy. And when she said that he took that girl's virginity and she wasn't having it, and then he choked her out, and then he went and took that girl's virginity. Anyway, that girl did not want her virginity taken either. That's one of the reasons that he's going to prison now for rape, because he took her virginity.
Relationships anymore. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do what we have to do to heal from our traumas. You know, sweet talking me, wooing me. You know, being romantic, doing all the things that he can to get me back in his presence. And I'm like, he's already the father of my child. I want to make it work for the sake of my child. So I'm like, all right, cool. Every single time I went back, within a matter of 2 weeks, we was already in a polygamous relationship. He was already physically abusing me. So I'm like, now the first 2 times I left and I went back, I never calculated in my mind that he would do it again. I'm not thinking that he's going to do it again. I'm thinking that we're going to get better. I'm banking on the fact that we're going to get better. We're going to start healing.
Yeah.
Man, that 3rd time I went back, the amount of physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional distress that I went through, that was it.
Can you speak on one of the worst times that you kind of dealt with, like
the last time, November, from October, November of 2020, We were in California, I believe, because we kept getting deported from Costa Rica. We got deported from Costa Rica. We got deported from Mexico. So we would end up back in the States. We were in Las Vegas at the time because we did get married. And he bought me a van because one of my biggest dreams in life was to always be a van lifer. And so he bought me a van to, use that against me. And he drove me in this van back to Mexico. And once we got to Mexico, he decided that we were going to go move to Puerto Rico. And I'm trying to escape the whole time. Like, I'm trying to plan my exodus. So we wind up in Puerto Rico. Fast forward, we wind up in Puerto Rico. And the physical abuse went up a notch. Like him strangling me out has turned into like holding my neck longer, like no oxygen, like hitting me in my face, bust lips, bruise. I'm actually kept away from the tribe and from other people because my face is messed up. And he doesn't want other people to see that because he don't want them to think like he's bad or anything like that. So I'm kept away most of the time. So I'm like, okay. And I'm back in a situation where my documentation is gone. Physical abuse went up a notch. Now I gotta play a mastermind game. How do you play a mastermind game when you're not when you don't use things to your advantage to get what you want? So I'm like, okay, the best thing that I can do in this situation is allow everything to happen. Do all the sexual experience, actually encourage it. Encourage him being with other women. Encourage these women coming in. Encourage these women leaving out. Being in it, I had to sacrifice my own body to get me and my child out safely. So, long story short, I'm doing everything he wanted me to do. This man is doing and saying things I ain't never heard him say or do ever in the entire experience within a matter of 2 months. I was blown away. You know how much self-control I needed to have to be able to get my documents. So, long story short, when we traveled to Puerto Rico, we left the tribe. So he had to have my documentation in his presence. So I knew where it was. So every single moment, I'm tracking my documentation like, oh, it's right there. It's all right, cool. Y'all know you can hold it. I know you got it. Making everything cool, kosher. We in the house in Puerto Rico. I'm making plush pallets. I'm like, come on, Aya, come on, Malia, come on. Yeah, let's have a drink. Now he's encouraging smoking and drinking now at this point. So I'm like, one night he's like, let's smoke. I'm like, yes, let's do it. I'm getting everybody drunk. I'm rolling the blunts. Let's get high. I'm lighting them bitches, but I'm acting like I'm smoking. And I'm passing it to them. I'm like, y'all, yeah, I'm making the drinks. I'm popping them open. I'm like, y'all want another drink? Let's get it. Let's have fun. Got the music blasting. He is going crazy. He has a whole bottle of Hennessy. This nigga done damn near drunk the whole bottle of Hennessy. He on social media, on Instagram, going crazy. Like spit coming out his mouth. I'm like, yo, look at this man turn into a fucking demon in front of me. And all of the other women just as oblivious. And I'm like, every single moment that I got to sneak away, I'm packing my things. Let me take this shirt. Oh, he coming. All right, cool. Like, yeah, we having fun. Yeah. Go back in the back, sneak some more things. I'm actually creating a whole situation. He don't know that I already got my passports on lock stash. Me and Ellie already got them. Already done put them. I already done came up and scoped out everywhere. I'm actually got the women outside with me, looking around. While they thinking I'm engaging, I'm looking around at my surroundings. Oh, I can escape right there. I can leave right there. Fast forward into the night, they all fall asleep. I'm like, man, they not even about to get up. Everybody about to be hungover. My body naturally gets up at like 6:37. So I get up, and you know how you hungover, and it is not really until about maybe 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning when you in a hangover where you really start getting you really in a deep sleep and you start getting. So I go back to them like, right now it's not the time. 6:30, 7 o'clock a.m. It's not the time. Let him sleep a little more. Let it marinate. So I lay back down. My body get up again at a natural timing. I leave Ellie on the pallet. I get up. I get my bag. And as I'm walking, there's a spot that I did not calculate because I couldn't see. A whole opening, the gate, because he always puts us in gets houses where there's gates around us so that we can't get out. This whole side of the fence is smashed over. I put my bag on the other side of the fence, go upstairs, get Ellie off the pallet. I got my harness sitting on the stairs. I'm putting my harness on, walking. As I'm walking down the steps, putting my baby in the harness, harnessing her to my back, no shoes on my feet, one bag, couple snacks, maybe some crackers and some nuts with some water. Walking in the middle of nowhere, don't speak no Spanish. I'm gone. I'm like, fuck all you. I take the phone that he gave me, all that. Give me that. That's mine. I take a couple monies out his wallet and everything. I'm like, that's mine. You know? So I get to where I gotta go. I
How
find
far are
this.
you walking?
This was like, I want to say about maybe 4 or 5 blocks. And then I find this opening where it's like this construction site. And I'm like, maybe I can get Wi-Fi right there. So I go try to get Wi-Fi. I'm literally like this with an infant. I'm like trying to get Wi-Fi, got Wi-Fi, get in contact with a taxi company. I'm like, look, bro, I'm stranded. And now how much is going to be to the airport? We 2 hours away from the airport. It's going to be $100. I'm like, look, I only got $40. He like, all right, I'm going to just come pick you up. He came pick me up, got to the airport. I deliberately told Nature Boy where I was because I wanted him to know that you were never gonna see me again, ever. So he comes to the airport while I'm there trying to woo me, trying to talk to me. I'm letting him have, I'm telling him everything I wish I would have ever told him in my life. Standing there at the airport, I'm just
He can't take you away.
He can't, because the police there and everything. I'm making sure that everything is cool to the point where he can't do nothing. So the police wound up telling him to leave because he getting irate. Because I'm letting him have it. He wound up leaving. He like really can't believe that I said no. Like he really can't wrap his mind around it because I always go back and I always fall for his bullshit.
Wow.
Get on that plane. That was the last time he saw me. And I moved forward with protection orders. I have a trail. I have a paper trail still to this day. Court hearings coming up in the next 2 weeks. Divorce, all of that. To this day, this net man can never be around me ever again, or the child that we gave birth to, period, ever.
So I have to ask you, from that moment to the moment of his arrest, how much time passes to where he's finally arrested, would you say?
So if I escaped in November of 2020 and he got arrested in April of last year, that was 2022, then however long that is, November, couple months, no more than a year.
Wow.
Upon his arrest, where are you at? What's your status upon your exodus? And when you see his arrest, just give me your mindset as far as seeing this and kind of like your thought process on him finally getting arrested and kind of where you're at in life at this moment.
I'm in Ohio. I lived in a DV shelter, a battered woman shelter, for about 9-10 months prior to getting my first apartment ever. But I'm in my own apartment at this time.
Congrats.
I remember not having really what was I? I was in my second apartment. I had my second, because I was like, it was so many opportunities for me. I was getting so much done. I was like being great and things like that. I was on my second apartment and I was in there and everybody just kept hitting me up like, he got arrested. I'm like, that's great. Now he can't fuck with me no more. Now he can't harass me no more.
You still reaching out to you in between?
He was just harassing me through other people. He would have the cult members contact me in my inbox saying weird things. He would, people randomly who he knew would be harassing me, sending me death threats, sending me all kind of stuff. Bitch, you're a bad mom, like all kind of stuff. You name it, it was done to me from people that was affiliated with him. And so, yeah, I was like, great. As soon as I could, because the protection order was so hard for me to get, at that juncture of him being arrested, that was exactly what I needed. I took all of my evidence, all of my paperwork, everything that I needed, went to the courthouse in Ohio, presented it to the judge. I was granted a 5-year protection order right then and there.
Wow, 5 years.
I have to ask you, you said your body wouldn't function after giving birth and stuff like that. While being married to him, Do you feel that you were raped or a rape victim while being with him?
Yes, because of the fact that when I would tell him no, and I would be so adamant about it, like for instance, this is a great example. It wasn't physically penetration, but it was oral, whatever. He put out 2 videos of me giving him head.
Oh,
Those particular videos, prior to that, both times, about 2 to 3 hours prior to that event happening, I'm literally arguing him down. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. Because each instance, he's wanting me to give him head with another woman. And I'm like, bro, you are raggedy as fuck. Like, leave me alone. Like, how about you? I'm telling him, go get another woman. But he insists that it's me. Like, he wants it to be me. And I'm like, no. So he's verbally abusing me, physically abusing me, emotionally abusing me, spiritually, every type of abuse he's doing to me for 2 to 3 hours prior to him recording this video. So at some point, I'm like, I will never stop arguing with him. I have to do this because I will never stop arguing with him. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just get it over with so I can go on about my day. And also I'm still each instant I'm simultaneously planning my escape also at the same time.
wow.
Did it have it to a situation where I heard Nature Boy had situations where he was on OnlyFans, he was putting videos on Twitter, he was on Pornhub. Were you aware that he was putting these videos out online and like just like?
I didn't know. Actually, even the videos that he would take of me, I didn't know that he was like he would literally go to recruit women. He would use these videos as like bait, and like these women would watch whatever it was that he sent to them, even if it was a naked picture of me. And I caught him doing it one day because he never really allowed me in his phone. And if he did allow me in his phone, he would always delete things. So at this particular instance, I caught him doing it, and I told him, I said, listen, don't do that. Don't send naked videos and pictures out of me. I'm not comfortable with that. And he's like, all right, I'm not gonna do it, blah, 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 blah. But just to fast forward and answer the question, no, I wasn't aware that he was doing these things. I didn't find out until somebody else told me that he was doing it. But I have never seen him put like a sex tape out of me. I don't know if it's out. Actually, I do. And even he lied about that. And that was back in Mexico. He leaked a sex tape of me and Sheba that he forced both of us to do. He forced me and Sheba to do that. Every sex, for me, I can't speak for these other women. For me, any sex tape that was leaked of me, he forced me to do, period. You know, but I didn't know that he was uploading it because he made it seem like other tribe members uploaded the video that was leaked of me.
All right, now we're gonna move to the verdict. And everything that she's saying, she wasn't a witness at all, which I'm surprised because she was divorced at this time. I guess they didn't need her testimony. I guess they didn't need it. But we're going to move to the verdict now and what the judge said and what the judge had to say. If we can hear it, hold on. Holy crap. Hold on. Hang on. Let's go back. We got to turn this all the way up for some reason. She's saying she saw no guilt, no remorse, no nothing throughout the whole trial. Oh, hold up. Back, here we go.
You know, I would have been inclined to exercise some discretion had Mr. Bishop shown any remorse, guilt, or regret throughout this process. And I saw nothing during the trial but for him laughing and cutting up and looking shocked and surprised at all of the testimony. I mean, Mr. Bishop, you're a master manipulator and probably the classic definition of a narcissist, like, that I've ever seen. You took advantage of these folks who were essentially lost souls, looking for some guidance, looking for some connection, or looking for some comfort. And you were able to fill a void for them for some reason. But in the process, you completely took advantage of them and have caused potentially, I hope not, but potentially irreparable harm. I hope that all of the victims will be able at some point in time to recover from this and to find some type of peace in their lives. And maybe the verdict will help in that regard. But I hope you all are able to move on at some point and find some peace, whatever that is for you. So with that,
I don't know, SDA.
I am going to follow the recommendation of the state in this case.
It is 11, so they might have left.
He'll be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, followed by 10 years consecutive for the false imprisonment.
That's what he got.
And on the internet porn, count 3, 12 months to serve, concurrent to the false imprisonment. The internet porn, I'll run concurrent to the false imprisonment. Internet porn,
Oh,
5
okay.
years.
Justice here with us.
12 months on count 3, 5 years on count 4.
It's 11 here.
5 years on count 5. All of that will run concurrent to the false imprisonment. But the false imprisonment is consecutive. So it's life without parole plus 10 years. And
yeah, I'm almost finished.
You will never be able to take advantage of anybody else again.
Judge, can you be sure to go over his post-conviction rights with him as well as?
Yes.
Just gonna put those on the. And Judge, before, I know there were certain conditions, obviously with the way the law currently exists in the court sentence, the defendant will not be out. Just in case the law changes in the future, we would ask that the conditions of no contact with any of the victims and that the defendant may not.
I figured you was doing something like that because you was doing that.
The facts that led to this case.
All right, Mr. Bishop, you're to have absolutely no contact, direct or indirect. That means sending any of your followers to contact them, getting any messages to them, no posting, no internet posting about them, no contact, direct or indirect, no phone calls, emails, no nothing, no visits to their homes.
Gotcha, SDA.
Nothing, 0. They don't exist anymore. And you are not to profit in any fashion from the crimes that you have committed. So no book deals for you, no movie rights, nothing. And also with respect to your appellate rights, let's see, you have 30 days, I believe, from today to file a motion for a new trial.
That's correct, Judge, and I'll get him a boilerplate motion for a new trial file once the sentence is.
Okay.
He has 30 days from the date of his sentencing, which is today, to file a notice of appeal or a motion for new trial to preserve his direct appeal rights. He also has 4 years from the time that his conviction becomes final to apply for a petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Generally, a conviction is final when all direct appeal rights have expired.
Okay.
And he has 1 year on this.
Right. That's right. The one counts in this one. All right.
So as you guys can see now, you know, it has been in a court of law, and hold on, I need to keep this for later. Hang on just a second. So it is now in a court of law that he is been convicted of false imprisonment, rape, and 3 counts of putting up pornography without the person's knowledge and profiting off of it, making money off of it, electronically type of thing. And so I wanted to bring you guys his wives that are still left, which is the one that I showed you, and then there's 2 more. But it's getting so late that I think that we'll schedule this for another time, and maybe somewhere down the week or something, you'll probably see that I'm going to go live, and we'll also watch. I want to watch a couple other videos. Yes, it was a female victim. It was a male victim. It was a cult expert. It was a DV expert and something else, I believe. So we'll do part 2 in the next couple of days, probably is how I'll do that, because there's a lot more videos out there that I want you to be able to see that I couldn't cram into everything that I wanted you to be able to see tonight. So I'll get all the videos together, and in the next day or so, I'll come back and then we'll go over the part 2 of some of the things he did on live in front of the whole world to these women and to these men and things like that that you will notice and be able to see. And as his ex-wife just said, she was imprisonment because no matter what, she could not leave. And then finally she planned her escape, and she was able to get her documentation, able to steal some money, and able to escape out of the whole thing, and that he can't have nothing to do with her for 5 years. So that, I'm sure the prosecuting attorney had that information as well, that, you know, he can't have anything to do with the baby or nothing to do with her for 5 years. She stayed in a DV shelter, you know. I'm sure they talked to her, but I don't think that they needed her testimony after the other people had came forward and had their testimony. But the other 3 wives, we will also meet them the next time that I go live. So I appreciate all of you staying here. And like I've always said, I don't care if it's just one person watching. The main important thing is that this is to bring awareness that this stuff does go on, and that if it would have continued to go on, more people would have got hurt, more things would have happened. If he was to have gotten out, it would have just been horrendous. It would have been horrendous. It really would have been. And so all of you guys have a magical night. Keep a fire in your heart, a smile on your face, and be kind to someone. And remember, your Heavenly Father gave His only begotten Son so that you have a choice to go to heaven as well. And they don't change. They don't. And as you've seen, he's kind of psychotic. It was great to see all of you. I enjoyed our small little, community that we started with. Only Jess is the newest one that has been around for like almost a year now. The rest of you have been here, since the beginning. And so I appreciate all of you very, very much. And we will do part 2. And then after that, we'll find something else. But I will see all of you later. Have magical dreams. And it was nice to see you all. I miss you. I'll see you soon. And I'm out.